who have only lost one game this year, and that game, the Delphos St. John Blue Jays. The winner of this one is going to advance to take on either Newark Catholic or Mogador in the state finals, and that'll be next week, next Friday morning, 11 o'clock from Massillon. With me again this week to bring you this Blue Jay Marion local encounter, Salina head football coach Mike Fell. How's it going, Mike?
Good. How's it going?
We've been here the last couple of weeks. We've seen St. John's play. Last week, a very good game over Macomb. Big win for them. Also, Marion local winning their game to get here to Findlay. What's the matchup look like this time?
Well, this will be a great game. I think Marion local's been looking forward to this game since the last time they played St. John's. In that first ball game, Marion local had the lead going into the third quarter, 21-14. So I think that's the only team that's had the lead on St. John's all year. So they'll be ready for this ball game.
Now, we should say, when you come out and you know a team like Marion local who's lost now one time this season, they lost in the game last year that we had on Fox, 38-8. You'd think that maybe Tim Goodwin, after losing this year, would say maybe we need to make a couple of adjustments here or there. As a head football coach like you are, Mike, do you think that way, or you just go in what you got and stick with what you got you here?
Well, I think you go with what worked well against him in the first ball game. Whatever he was doing in that first half, the first game this year, I'm sure that's what he's going to go back to. I know he felt that they were real aggressive there at the beginning of that last ball game, and then in the second half, I think Zach burned him a couple times, and I know he had a real big game against him. So I'm sure the big key is going to be they got to try to shut down Zach Weber, especially after what he did to him in the first game.
And I know one thing, it always plays a big factor when you're playing the Blue Jays. You don't want to have too many guys going both ways.
Yeah, tonight Marion local has 4 guys going both ways, but I think the way the weather is and the fact that I think there's only one of them that is a lineman, I don't think that'll have any effect so much tonight.
Looking for a great game here from Findlay's Donnell Stadium. Only one can win and go to the state championship. Could be the Blue Jays or the Marion local Flyers. Just going to have to wait and see. Coming up next, we're going to check out all the starters for tonight's football contest, and Mike will also check out our keys to the game. We'll do all that after these very important words on Fox. Stay with us. Okay.
You can have your next car today from Mike Pruitt's Ford Superstore and not pay anything till February. No down payment and no monthly payments until February 2001 with approved credit. It's happening now. Nobody beats a Mike Pruitt deal. Every vehicle in stock is reduced. Plus, no money down, no monthly payment until February. Mike Pruitt's Ford Superstore in Lima, I-75, exit 124 to Greeley Chapel Road. This is the time to get your next vehicle.
We're proud to be ranked #1 in the uniform industry. But more importantly, we've been voted #1 for 2 years right here in West Central Ohio. Let our dedicated staff make your business look like a winner with our smart and professional uniforms. Your business will look like a winner with professional uniforms delivered right to your door. Our customized entry mats will make a great first impression with all your customers. Keep your employees and your business looking sharp with Van Dyne Crotty.
WOHL-TV, Lima's Fox station, in cooperation with the Ohio High School Athletic Association, is proud to present tonight's playoff game. A fee has been paid to the OHSAA for the broadcast rights to this game. Without the support of the following businesses, this broadcast may not have been possible. First American Cash Advance would like to wish the Van Wert Cougars good luck. Located in the Shannon's Shopping Center, for cash when you need it most. I&K of Delphos, distributors of Yoder's mashed potatoes and sour cream, plus Reno's Pizza. Look for these fine products on your grocer's shelves. Balliot's Restaurant, serving the community since 1924. Young chicken, prime rib, and beef, homemade pies and pastries. Shutterbug, the official photographer of the Van Wert Cougars. Styles by Sandy, stylist and owner Sandy Hughes, and tanning salon owner Larry Harding, where looking good is understood. Support the Cougars. Community First Bank and Trust. If you're looking for a no-penalty certificate of deposit, stop in to one of our Community First offices or give us a call at 800-609-2265. Good luck, Cougars, from your friends at Community First Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Honda of Van Wert. Start your Christmas shopping early with a gift that goes. Century Trading Company, your #1 supply house in the Van Wert area for ag, industrial, and contractors. Stop by Century Trading for a huge selection of Milwaukee tools and accessories. Van Wert County Hospital, people working wonders for life, meeting your healthcare needs for the new millennium. LATT Landscaping, for all your lawn maintenance and landscaping needs. Call 692-0091. Good luck, Cougars. Van Wert Bedrooms. The holidays are just around the corner, and Van Wert Bedrooms can make your Christmas wishes come true. Hoberman Music Center in downtown Van Wert, a proud sponsor of music and all our local schools and communities. Home of quality band instruments and pianos. Hoberman's Music says, go Cougars. Van Crest Healthcare Centers say, we are loyal to you, Cougar Pride. We'll back you to stand against the best in the land because we know you will win Van Wert High. Laudix Jewelers, your local family-owned jeweler, serving the community since 1950. Thanks for a great 2000 season, Cougars. WOHL-TV Lima's Fox station has been proud to bring you our 2000 high school football season. We would like to thank all of our advertisers and underwriters for their continued support. They are the reason WOHL can continue to offer you, our viewers, the best in area high school sports. Please let them know you appreciate them too. Congratulations to all student athletes for an outstanding 2000 football season.
Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome to Findlay's Donnell Stadium, where tonight on Fox we are one game away from the state championship. These are the state semifinals tonight. The Delphos St. John Blue Jays, under head coach Todd Schulte, coming to the ball game. They are perfect on the season, 13-0, a member of the Midwest Athletic Conference, where they finished number 1 at 7-0. And, of course, the Blue Jays are the number 1 team in the state of Ohio, going up against Tim Goodwin's Marion Local Flyers. Now, the Flyers would be perfect this year as well, but the Blue Jays got in their way, knocked them off earlier this season, doubled up the score, 42-21. So Marion Local currently 12-1 overall. So they ended up 6-1 in the same conference, the MAC. They are from a Division 6 Region 24. The Blue Jays come from Region 22. Blue Jays won last week over Macomb, 44-3 in a game we had here right on Fox. Covington, the team that Marion Local knocked off last week, final score was 41-6. The Jays continue to roll. They are looking for their 58th consecutive win. Of course, that is a state record. Time now to find out what the keys are in this high school football game. Keys tonight being brought to you by Mike Pruitt Ford, where you'll discover for yourself that nobody beats a Mike Pruitt deal. Nobody. And with the keys for tonight, Salina head football coach Mike Fell.
Well, tonight for Delphos St. John's and Todd Schulte, his first key was to have no turnovers. Now, he says that every week, and every week they've been doing a real nice job with that. His second key is no mental mistakes. It's interesting because that is exactly the same key that Tim Goodwin from Marion Local put down. I'm sure they feel that physically both teams match up real well, so they feel that the mental part of the game is going to be real big tonight. Now for Marion Local, the other key that they have is they have to stop Zach Weber. In the first ball game, Zach Weber went for 6 touchdowns and over 200 yards against him, and he was the big man that first ball game. And I'm sure Tim Goodwin and Marion Local feel if they can put the stops on Zach Weber, they have a real good chance in this ball game tonight.
Those are our keys, brought to you by Mike Pruitt Ford, where you'll discover for yourself that nobody beats a Mike Pruitt deal. Nobody. Well, there were 711 football-playing schools that started this season, and we are now down to the top 4 from each division in the state of Ohio. The Delphos St. John Blue Jays in Division 6 going up against tonight the Marion Local Flyers. And I told you the other game that's being played, Newark Catholic taking on Mogador. And the winner of that contest, of course, will come back and we'll be there next Friday morning, 11 o'clock from Massillon. Getting ready to get this thing underway. Again, the Blue Jays, perfect on the season, knocking off Ottawa Hills, Columbus Grove, and as we mentioned before, the Macomb Panthers in a game we had on Fox last week. They've been state champs 3 years in a row and semifinalists back in 1994. For Marion Local, they've knocked off Mechanicsburg, Cedarville, and as I told you before, Covington. Delphos St. John's going to kick off first, and they've got a good kicker. All season long, Michael Bittler has been doing the job. He's got 84 kickoffs this season. His extra points, he is 71 of 76, 2 for 3 on his field goals, 21-yarder and a 27-yarder this season. Back deep for the Marion Local Flyers to get this one underway is going to be Kevin Thobe, number 9, Kevin Moeller, number 82, and number 20 is Craig Wolters. Well, let's get this MAC rematch underway. This place holds about 10,000, and it's packed right now. Low kick is going to bounce around at the 20, finally picked up around the 12-yard line by Moeller. Gets it out over the 20-yard line, and that's where they will set up their offense 1st and 10. Let us check the offense, brought to you by Mike Pruitt Ford. On the offense for the Marion Local Flyers, Mitch Knapke is the quarterback, number 12. He's 6'3", 185 pounds. He's a senior. He's passed for over 1,600 yards this year. Fullback doesn't run the football a lot, mainly most fullbacks out of the I formation. He'll be blocking for Greg Schulte, who is the tailback, and that is Ryan Fleck. And B.J. Wolters is a flanker. We'll check the offensive line after this first play from scrimmage. 1st and 10, and Knapke wants to throw right away. Nobody there, so he takes off, picks up about 2, now 3, and then he goes down. Let's check the offensive line. It's going to be very important tonight. Jared Hess is the center, number 54. He's 6 foot tall, 180. Right guard is 6'3", 210-pound junior, Brad Kramer. Josh Schmackers is a left guard, 6'2", 180 pounds. Left tackle, 6'1", 180-pound senior, Doug Ott. He's number 56. And the right tackle's Mike Clooney, 6 foot tall, 220 pounds. He's a senior. Tight end is Cole Dowlinghouse, and the split end is Greg Heitkamp, number 80. We'll check the defense for the Blue Jays after this next play. 2nd down, they need 4. They'll go to the tailback this time, and he picks up about, I'll give him 3. He's going to be maybe a half-yard short. Let's check the Blue Jay defense. Caphart one end, Joe. Matt Siefker the other end. Jason Bakke and Jason Tiemann are your tackles. Linebackers, Greg McCann at Sam. Middle linebackers, Keith Recker. Chad Martin is the axe linebacker. Cornerbacks, Randy Grodhouse and Casey Klaus. Chuck Hain and Brad Burlesman are at your safety positions.
It's a real big play here right at the beginning. 3rd down and 2.
Knapke out of the I formation will go on the option, and he'll spin forward and pick up the 1st down. Nice job by the quarterback, Knapke, who is, as I mentioned, pretty big guy, 6'3", checks in at 185 pounds. The tailback, Schulte, is 6 foot, 170 pounds. And then Fleck, 6'1", and he weighs 210.
Those 2 running backs for Marion Local, the fullback and the tailback there, they're both juniors, while Knapke and his receivers are seniors right now. Knapke's done a nice job. That first play of the ball game, he made a nice run there to get about 6 yards. Just picked up the 1st down there.
1st down and 10, ball resting at the 33-yard line. Knapke, a quick pass on that right side, pick up a 5 yards, as that pass went to number 20, Craig Wolters. So it sets up a 2nd, and going to need about 5, maybe a long 5.
Well, that's a nice job. It's kind of interesting to see somebody able to move the ball on Delphos. I've watched them now that this is the 3rd straight week, and Marion Local's got a 1st down and got 5 yards on the first play right there.
Knapke on 2nd down and 6, back to pass again, in trouble, gets out of the pocket, throws it downfield, has himself a receiver, caught at the 50-yard line, down to the 40, and drugged down inside the 40-yard line. Nice catch by
Thobe.
Number 9, Thobe.
Yeah, Thobe came across the field. Knapke did a nice job. There's a man right in front of Thobe. He got the ball right in there. Thobe cut back across the field. That was about a 30-yard gain. That was a nice play by Marion Local.
So the Flyers with another 1st down. Kevin Thobe, a 5'11", 160-pound senior, gives the Marion Local fans something to cheer about early here in this 1st quarter. Man will go in motion for the Flyers. Again, pass play. Knapke has a receiver, catches, then he is stuck. But a nice job again by B.J. Wolters, the 6'3" senior.
Marion Local's mixing it up very well. They've kind of got Delphos off guard there. They've dropped back to pass 3 times out of the first 6 plays. Quarterback's throwing the ball well. So they've got him on the run here at the very first drive.
The number 1 team in the state of Ohio up against the number 6 team. The Blue Jays and the Flyers on the move right now with 8:56 remaining. 1st quarter of play. It's a 2nd down and 5. Knapke goes with a handoff to the tailback off that right side, picks up some good yards, and another 1st down for the Flyers as Greg Schulte, who rushed for nearly 1,000 yards this season with a nice run.
Well, I know talking to Tim Goodwin the other night on telephone, Tim felt that physically Marion Local matched up right with Delphos. He was more concerned on the mental aspect, the fact that, Delphos has been able to beat him the last few times, and they made some errors in the first ball game. But right now, physically, Marion Local's just kind of beating them up front.
Got to remember, though, in that first game they played, the Flyers were up 21-14 before the Jays came back and Zach Weber went crazy in the second half, and the Jays doubled up the score. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. 8:37 remaining first quarter. Knapke goes to the tailback, and this time he's drugged down. Got some good linebackers, Mike, on this Blue Jay team. Keith Recker with 183 tackles this season. Chad Martin and Greg McCann both with 144 tackles. You add those babies up, that's a lot of tackles.
Yeah, that was a nice play by the defensive end there, Matt Siefker. He broke into the backfield there, caught him before he got by him there on the draw play. Now this is something Marion Local hadn't seen. They're 2nd and 12.
21-yard line. Back to pass. Knapke looking downfield. Short pass is going to be incomplete. Had the receiver over there again, and that was Kevin Thobe, but just couldn't hold on to it.
Delphos is just dropping people back. They only have 4 linemen up there, and they're dropping back into coverage. I haven't seen him put the blitz on yet. It'd be interesting to see here on 3rd and 12 if they decide to bring somebody.
A couple new players come in for Tim Goodwin. As it sets up a 3rd down, they need 11. Scoreless first quarter so far. Played almost 4 minutes. Mitch Knapke, he's got 3 receivers. Single back is his tailback. Back to throw, looking to the right side. Now he goes down the middle, and it's caught and close to the sticks. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, where he caught the ball, I think he was about a yard short on that. You're right. Then they made the tackle back here. We'll see where the spot is.
Catching the football was 87, Nick Pranger, 5'8", 140-pound sophomore.
It might be a little closer than that, but I do think they're probably going to have a 4th down and just inches to go.
Well, they're going to bring the sticks out. Let's see.
This would be real big for Marion Local if they can get this and punch in a touchdown here in their first drive.
And it is going to be short by that much. And let's see what they decide to do on a 4th down situation. 4th and short, ball at the 11-yard line. Be a 28-yard field goal attempt if they try that with Bart Heckman.
I think they're going to go for it. They probably stagger the count a little bit, see if they can get St. John's to jump. But they're strong enough up front. I think they're confident this is going to be a real big play. Both sides standing up.
Yep, Blue Jay fans want their defense to hold here, and of course the Flyer fans hoping for about 6 inches. Knapke under Hess. Man will go in motion. Knapke with a snap, handoff tailback, and it's going to be close, but I think he got it.
I think he got it there.
I think he got to the 10-yard line, which would give him about a full yard, and didn't quite need that much, but we'll make sure it's official. They're going to call another timeout again and make sure that in this part of the season, you don't just take things for granted. Mike Fell will be telling you about the officials for tonight's game here in just a couple seconds.
Well, we know getting down to this part, they're going to be good.
And they stretch the chain, and it is going to be a 1st down. 1st down and goal to go from the 10-yard line. Go ahead, Mike.
We got Billy Wonders, and I think he is from the Defiance area. Jeff Linder, Pat Montana, Jim Johnson, and Kurt Meyer.
Names a little easier this week than last week, aren't they?
That's the easiest names I've had. We're just going to use those guys next week, too.
Well, a lot of Kaluskis and stuff last week. Okay, 1st down and goal. They got the sticks up, so are they close enough to still get a 1st down?
I think they can. I don't know.
Yeah, they got the sticks up, so we'll check it. They pitch it back to the tailback off the right side. Touchdown Flyers. Greg Schulte from 10 yards out at the 7:07 mark of our first quarter of play. The Flyers on the scoreboard first.
Well, they ran that to the short side of the field that time. I think they might have caught Delphos unaware, but I don't even think he was touched on that one. He was flying when he got into that end zone.
So Bart Heckman's going to come out. Well, we should check to make sure because got Heckman down, but it may be someone else.
Well, he's got to change his shoes, so he must be a player out there.
Well, they had sent him in on that last play, I think, and then now he comes out ready to kick. And the holder is going to be number 27, Justin Ranley.
Too much time. Too much time or somebody jumped up there for Marion Local.
Procedure against the Flyers, so going to move him back 5, make it a little bit more difficult.
Well, he's a straight-on kicker. It's kind of fun to watch somebody that's straight on. I know last week Macomb had the big nose tackle was their kicker. This guy looks a little more like a kicker, but he's still kicking straight on.
High snap, kick is up, and this one's drilled through the uprights. And the Marion Local Flyers strike first in this state semifinal football game, 7-0 on a nice drive, Mike.
Boy, that was an 80-yard drive. Had a couple close ones there, but they were moving the ball. They got good yardage on first down most of the time. And I think when you get Delphos sitting back here at 2nd and 5, it makes it a lot easier than 1st and 2nd and 10. So it's a good situation for Marion Local. That's a real nice start for them.
Mike Fell is going to get out the 83 Aerostar van as we hit the road tomorrow night. We're going to be heading to Grove City. Still got that van, don't you, Mike?
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Grove City tomorrow night as we're going to be watching the Van Wert Cougars and head coach Jeff Hood take on the #1 team in the state of Ohio. It's going to be Portsmouth. And again, Portsmouth just rolling over their opponents this season. You can catch all the action tomorrow night at 11 o'clock on Fox. And so far it's been kind of a, tired of saying the word, but a Cinderella story for the Van Wert Cougars, knocking off opponent after opponent in the playoffs, and they're pumped up right now, Coach.
Hey, every week everybody says the same thing. Well, I can't believe Van Wert's still in it. And every week you watch them, and physically they're pounding people up front. They're winning the ball games on the offensive and defensive lines. They're a big physical team, and they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. So when you get your offensive and defensive line playing that way, and your backs and everybody having confidence in your coaches, you know, they're doing a nice job. But I think they're going to be up against a real nice team here tomorrow night in Portsmouth.
Here we go. Time to kick off. This is going to be Heckman kicking it deep down to the Blue Jays, taken by Weber at about the 11-yard line, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and gets out to about the 28-yard line. Let's check the Blue Jays on offense. Craig Hershey's the quarterback, 5'10 senior. Fullback is Adam Miller. Tailback is Zach Weber with his 2,240 yards this season. Flanker is Travis Johnson. Line is Chris Godey at center. Miller and Beam at the guards. Andy Becker and Doug Hemker at the tackles. Aaron Becker at split end, and Brad Utrip is the tight end. This is a very potent offense. We'll check the defense for the Flyers after this first play from scrimmage. 1st and 10, let's call it the 28-yard line. Craig Hershey under center, Chris Godey. Hershey's thrown for over 1,800 yards this season, and he'll keep it, run the option, and go down after he picks up about 3. Let's check the defense for Marion Local. Front line in that 44 defense, Mick Bollenbacher, one of the ends. Josh Schmockers is the other. Jim Gear, a tackle, and Mike Leisner, the other tackle. The backers are Bart Heckman, Mike Clooney, Ryan Fleck, and B.J. Wolters. Your cornerbacks are Ott and Toby, and the safety is Mitch Knapke. And those are all your starters for tonight's football game, brought to you by Mike Pruitt Ford. 2nd down 7 after the 3-yard pickup. Becker goes in motion, and Hershey wants to, well, I think he lost the football. And one of the Blue Jays able to get back on it, so it's going to set up a 3rd down and long.
That was going to be a pitch out there to Zach Weber, and I think he just lost the handle and dropped to the ground. They were lucky to recover that one. That would have been a real big-time break there for Marion Local.
So it's going to set up a 3rd down situation. They lost 2, so let's call it 3rd down and 9. See what the Blue Jays can do on this first 3rd down for them in this ball game.
They usually look for Becker in this case, or throw it to Zach out of the backfield.
Got to fake to Zach and throw the football. Down the field they go, and this one's knocked down. Nice job on the defense by Bart Heckman, number 43.
Well, it's something a little different. Delphos is forced to punt here on their first drive. They were sitting back at 3rd and 10, which they're not used to, and Marion Local knew they had to pass, drop guys back into coverage, and they're real lucky that wasn't picked off there for St. John's.
Delphos St. John's, who have went 18-2 all time in this state tournament playoffs. Marion Local 7-3 overall. They are forced to punt with Ian Weber. He's punted 23 times this year for an average of 32 yards. Fair catch called for and bobbled secondarily there, and it finally is caught, and they're going to have it at the 46-yard line.
Bobbled secondarily there.
I was going to say momentarily, but you know you can't really bobble it for a moment. It has to be for a second.
My wife would be all over you for that one. She'd make me look that one up, make sure that's a real word.
I think it's a word. I make up all kinds of words.
So I'm going to use secondarily now.
I can't say momentarily.
Not now. You said
I even thought about it before I said it.
Set the tone.
1st and 10 from the 46-yard line of Marion Local. Mitch Knapke, the quarterback, under Jared Hess, will go to Schulte. Schulte, right side. This time he only picks up about a yard, if that. Good defense there by the Jays and Joe Kapkar.
Yeah, Kapkar made an excellent play on that one. The wingback was coming through the lead block, and he got through the block that time, and Kapkar stopped him for about a 1-yard gain.
Tim Goodwin in his second year as head coach at Marion Local, and not too bad starting out 21-5.
Well, he's no Todd Schulte, but I tell you what, when you can start out 21-5 after 2 years,
yep,
these young pups making everybody else look bad.
Schulte 28-0. Pass play, Knapke has a receiver, but he overshoots his intended receiver. B.J. Wolters going to set up a quick third down.
Yeah, that was nice coverage by Delphos St. John's on that one. There was 3 guys out, and there were 6 guys from St. John's covering them, so each guy was double covered. There was no one for Knapke to throw to that time.
Marion Local looking for their first state championship. State semifinalists 3 times. This year, of course, last year, and back in 1981. They're down in 9. Knapke in the pocket, looking for a short pass to Schulte. Got some blockers. Cuts it back upfield. And ball loose on the field, and finally the Jays are going to pick it up. I think I was checking to see the stick to see if he was going to make the first down. Then he lost the football, so it didn't matter. So the Jays get it back.
Yeah, that play right there, Schulte had a nice move, cut up inside there. It looked like he was going to make the first down, and that was a nice big hit there by number 26. Let's see, who is that? That's Greg McCann. McCann came up and really stuck him that time, and Schulte fumbled the football. Now, that's about the best hit I've seen St. John's in 3 ball games. McCann really gave him a nice shot that time.
And so the Jays get the football back. Let's see what they can do after the turnover. And that's one thing you don't want to do in a game like this with these 2 teams. Turn the football over. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Back to, no, they go with the handoff to Weber. Weber cuts it back up, picks up about 10 yards, maybe 9. Didn't quite get that extra there, so it's going to set up a 2nd down situation. Zach Weber, 266 carries this season, 2,240 yards, 31 touchdowns, and he's got 15 catches this year for 449 yards and 5 touchdowns.
That's really impressed me watching him the last couple weeks, as he's been able to get out into the open. He's a marked man, but he's able to get out into the open and catch the ball too.
Pass play again. This is going to be Hershey looking downfield for the long ball, and not going to catch up to that one. By the way, we'd like to say a happy birthday to Zach Weber's dad, who's celebrating his birthday today, Sid. And Mike Fell was told a couple of weeks ago to mention his mom's birthday. He forgot. Kathy's birthday was back on November the 10th. Saw Zach down the sideline before the ball game and said, just make sure to wish him happy birthday.
Well, while we're doing that, we'll wish a happy birthday to Samantha Fell, who's going to be 9.
Is that right?
Tomorrow, yeah. Anybody else we got?
Not off the top of my head. 9 already, huh?
Yeah.
You're getting old.
I tell you what.
3rd down situation. They need 1. Out of the I formation, a pitch to Weber, and he picks up the 1st down. They had him in the backfield. No, look at him go. He scampers out of that one and ends up going down inside the 40-yard line. They had him the first time. They had him the second time, and
boy, he's fun to watch. I thought they had him in the backfield. The end had a nice play, got deep into the backfield. Zach cut right up in front. Then he broke a tackle there about the line of scrimmage, and he was almost scooting past everybody for a touchdown.
He ran about 7 yards backwards.
Yeah.
By holding onto his jersey. So it sets up a 1st down for the Jays. They trail 7-0 on the Lone Zone scoreboard with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in this first quarter of play. And I think too much time.
I think they moved.
Did they?
It was such a long count there. I think the Delphos guys got a little antsy on that one, jumped.
Either way, it's going to be 5 yards against the offense, so move them back. And so the Jays faced with a 1st and 15. The Jays with 10 returning starters this year, 5 both ways, 18 returning lettermen. Should mention that Marion Local, as you look through their roster too, they got a lot of young guys coming back next year.
I've heard from many people in the MAC, Marion Local has the next 3 years are just loaded with talented athletes.
Hand off to Weber. Weber picks up a couple of yards, and that's about it. So it's going to set up a 2nd down. Looks like they still need about 13.
That was Mike Clooney in there, the middle linebacker. Tim Goodwin said that he's probably the most underrated player on his football team, and he's done an excellent job for him all year from that spot. A lot of times the offense is the team that always gets the publicity, but defensively, Marion Local's done an excellent job all season, and Clooney's been their real leader.
Let's call it 12. 2nd and 12. Pass play for Hershey. Looking downfield for Becker, goes long, has him there, but it's going to be knocked down. Good defensive play, and that one just seemed like it took too much time. It gave Kevin Thobe a chance to get in front of that one and knock it down.
Well, that's the first time in 3 weeks that I've seen somebody be behind Becker on the play. Becker's been able to beat everybody on that backside post, but you're right, that did take a little longer than most of the time, and then they started getting pressure on him at the very end there. Becker still almost came up and made a fantastic catch on that. He's just very good. He's got good jumping ability, and he's an excellent athlete, so he makes a lot of plays out there out of things that should be incompletions.
Well, another third down for St. John's. Third down and 12. Same formation. This time Weber goes in motion. Look for the quick pass to Weber. He catches it. Now he's on his own. Gets to the outside and near a first down, and all depends where he stepped out of bounds. It looks like he has enough. Another nice catch and run by Zach Weber.
Well, they got it out there, too, and there was nobody for about 10, 12 yards. I'm surprised Marion Local didn't have anyone at least.
You would think if he's in motion, you'd have somebody over there, wouldn't you?
I'd have about 4 guys, especially if you had 260 yards on me the first game. But that was just a situation where I think they watched him the last time. They didn't throw the ball to him. And when he gets the ball out there with nobody in his way, he's going to pick up yardage.
First and 10 from the 23-yard line. Hershey under Godey. Pitch to Weber. Weber right back up the gut. And he's going to be brought down. They're going to call a face mask, I believe, as they were bringing Zach down. Drug him down by his face mask, so the penalty is going to go against the Flyers.
Well, Zach cuts it up a lot of times. You know, I think they have that play designed where he can either bounce it inside or bounce it outside or cut back inside. And I've noticed that he likes to cut it back up and kind of hide behind his blockers in there, and then it's tough for those defensive backs and people to find him.
Looking around Donnell Stadium, it does look like it's pretty full, Mike. We've got fans lined up along the ropes down there, and they say it holds 10,000.
Well, you know what's really nice is being in this press box, because most of the time I'm down there with all the other 10,000 people freezing, and now I'm sitting up here in the press box.
You owe me. You owe me.
This is a sweet job.
First and 1. That's what it says. Hand off to Weber. And he gets about back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Well, he tried to pound Zach up inside that time. Adam Miller lead block in there, but there was nothing there for him that time.
Second down situation for the Jays after that penalty of the face mask earlier. We're down to 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Well, Delphos is in a little different situation. They're trying to tie the ball game up here in the first quarter.
Second down, out of the I formation this time. Craig Hershey. This time he goes to Zach. Zach comes right back to the middle, down near the 5-yard line. Inside let's call it the 6, and that's going to set up another first down for the Jays, knocking on the door with 1:25 remaining here in this first quarter.
Hershey, after he pitches the ball, he goes out there and lead blocks, and I'm not real sure how many blocks he gets, but he's a good athlete. I think he gets his nose in there, and somebody has to step up and take him on before they can get to Weber.
Let's put it to the 7. First down and goal to go from the 7-yard line. Jay's trying to tie this baby up at 7. Hershey keeps it himself. Looks like he was looking for somebody to take the ball. Nobody wanted it, so he
Adam
took off.
went to the left, and Zach was going on the pitch. And it looked good for him there. Hershey, he looked good. He does like we do on our option. Our quarterback Dicer does the exact same thing. He sits there, but nobody came by to take the ball that time.
Fortunate one of the defensive linemen didn't come by and take it.
Well, he got 2 yards on it, even with nobody there to fake the handoff to. That's 2 errors so far in the ball game, and I haven't seen St. John's make.
Second down, goal to go from the 5.
I think they're pretty excited about this game also.
29 seconds remain. Keeper by the quarterback spins. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Hershey is going to score at the 24-second mark of our first quarter. And Jays now down 7-6 with Mr. Reliable coming in to kick the extra point.
Hershey got a good shot there. I saw where they were questioning whether he was going to be playing this week because he got a slight concussion there last week. He didn't seem that way on the post-game show there. He was answering questions pretty good and stuff, but they said he had maybe a slight concussion. They weren't sure if he'd play, and he just took a nice shot that time.
Yep, Craig Hershey, our player of the game last week. As Becker will hold and Billiter will kick, and this one is going to hit the upright.
Well, you know why that happened, right?
Because I said that, right?
called him old reliable.
Well, he came in 71 of 76. I'd say that's pretty good, but that one there is good pressure by the Flyers, too. And so Michael Billiter.
I think he
Bittler,
looked up.
I'm sorry.
I think he looked up here in the booth, too.
You know, why? It's probably because I've pronounced his name wrong. Mike Bittler misses the extra point, so it's going to stay 7-6, and we have almost eaten up an entire quarter of play.
Well, that time there was a good pressure up the middle and from the side there of Marion Local. I think he might have looked up a little bit and caused himself to kick one and hits the left side of the goalpost.
You know what we need to do? There's no noise up here.
Yeah, we're not used to that.
Kind of deafening, isn't it? Let's take the windows out. What do you think?
That's all right.
I did forget my gloves tonight, so we can't really do that. Got my glove. Somebody cheer or something back there. You guys get your faces out of all the food brought up here, we'd be okay. I'd like to thank old Red Newmeyer for dropping by with one of his special concoctions. Hot sauce. Carrie Gin for bringing us some delicious sandwiches and chips and such. Appreciate that. Craig and Sandy Seaver at the Carrie Gin.
I think if I work 2 more games, you guys are going to let me have some of the food.
Yeah, you got to be quick around here. Ball's taken around the 12-yard line, across the 15 to the 20, out to the 30, and that's about it. Nice hit down there as Kevin Moeller was returning it for the Marion Local Flyers, and they will set up their offense with 17 ticks remaining. First quarter.
Chuck Hain came in there. Starting safety came in and put a nice shot on. Like I said, St. John's now has about 6 of their starting defenders on that kickoff team. They're shoring it up here for the playoffs.
Well, unless the Flyers throw here, we probably will see our last play of the first quarter. 7-6 Flyers on top, 1st and 10 for the 29-yard line. They will go with the second back, Schulte, and he sprints off that right side for pickup of about 3, and that's going to do it for our first quarter of play. We played 12 minutes from Findlay's Donnell Stadium. This is the Division VI state semis with a score, Marion Local 7, the Blue Jays 6. Second quarter action coming up next on Fox.
How would you like to curl up with a nice, thick instruction manual about water softeners? Me either. Life is just a little too short. That's why Culligan created the worry-free water program. Here's how it works. They do all the work, you don't. All you do is call Culligan, and the Culligan man takes it from there. Hey, Culligan man. So don't just order a water softener. Order a Culligan man. Call Culligan, and let somebody else worry about your water.
Now rent a Culligan water conditioner for just 99 cents a month. Call Culligan for details today.
Did you know that the Granary Gift and Furniture Barn has a quick ship program? Need a gift in a hurry? Well, that's not a problem. Let the Granary take care of your gift-giving headaches. How about a cake candle, jewelry box, small bookcase, child's rocker, quilt stand, bread box, and much, much more? It's all easily shipped. Just take a moment out of your day to surf over to our website at ggbarn.com and look for the link to our online store. The Granary Gift and Furniture Barn, serving Northwest Ohio since 1983 and now the world. Family furniture built to use and last.
I was interested in comic strips as a kid, so I got started at the Wright State Lake campus. That gave me some of the beginning foundation that I needed in business and in business skills and accounting and art. And now I work with people all over the world. I've worked on Superman and Superboy. Recently I got started in the comic strips. One of the strips that was a favorite of mine as a kid was Alley-Oop. I truly feel that Wright State University has put success within my reach.
What if nothing stood between you and where you needed to go? It's like that at Shell, where it's easy to pay, pump, and go. Shell, moving at the speed of life.
Welcome back. We've got 12 minutes in the books, and right now the score stands at 7-6. The Marion Local Flyers on top. The only difference, a missed extra point by the Blue Jays, and when play resumes, Marion Local with the football, and they're going to be looking at a 2nd down and 7. Mitch Knapke, the 6'3" senior quarterback, under Jared Hess, 6' senior as well. Out of the I formation, they're going to go with the pass. Little slant pattern is going to be incomplete. And I tell you, if Craig Wolters could have caught that one, Mike, he might have picked up another 20, 30 yards.
Yeah, that was a nice pass there. Nice play made by number 16 there for St. John's. That was Casey Klaus. He was able to knock him loose from the ball, or else that would have been at least a 1st down.
So now Marion Local is going to be faced with a third down situation.
This ball game's real physical tonight. I like the fact that St. John's is coming out and they're putting some wood to some people out here tonight.
3rd and 7. Got 2 wideouts on that right side. They're looking that way. Fakes the draw. Looks downfield. No one there. Second pump, and that one is going to be incomplete. Now, don't know. It looked like Hain was back there. Chuck Hain. Don't know if he got a hand on it or not, but at least he caused the receiver to miss the football.
Yeah, Darlinghouse was out there. I don't know if I know it hit him in the hands. Hain came from around and put the correct hand in there to knock it down. I don't think he got a piece of it, but he did screw up the vision there.
Time now to punt for Marion Local. It's going to be Scott Schulte punting. Nice spiraling kick. Going to drive him all the way back to around the 20. Grodhouse picks it up at the 18. Tries to put a move on. Breaks away from one tackler and finally goes down at the 21-yard line. Nice job of punting by the Flyers.
Well, you can tell a good punt returner. They have no fear back there. Grodhouse was on a dead sprint, catching the ball over his shoulder. Then it hit the ground, and he didn't really panic with it. He just waited, picked it up, put a couple moves on, and got about 5 yards after it could have been a fatal error there.
Remember, coming up Sunday on Fox, our NFL game of the week, it's going to be Minnesota at Dallas. No, that was Thursday. Chicago at New York against my Jets. How about my Lions, too, there, Mike?
Yeah, you and Coach Pauly there, you guys are big Lions fans. I kind of like him now. Gary Muller's coaching him.
Weber picks up a couple. Yeah, he's 3-0 since he came back.
Well, I think his situation was he had nowhere to go. I mean, he has no fear of being the head coach. He's had a lot of things happen to him, so he doesn't get quite as excited as a lot of those guys.
Give Weber about 6 on that. 2nd down, 4 now as we are just underway here in the second quarter. 7-6 Flyers still on top. Jays trying to get that lead back. Craig Hershey out of the I formation. Pro I set. Back to pass. Now he goes pitch. Weber looking to the outside. Gives the stiff arm and picks up the first down. Zach Weber doing it again for the Jays.
Well, that's something we didn't see last week at all. Hershey pitching the ball. He pitched the ball out there. Adam Miller came out. Made an excellent block kicking out the cornerback so Zach could cut it up inside.
Sets up a 1st down and 10 from they mark it at the 35. They'll go with 2 receivers this time for the Jays. And they'll run out of the I formation. Put the 2 receivers on the right side. Now they'll put a man in motion. And they will go with the pitch. Zach Weber back up the gut. All kinds of players there, but he's still able to pick up about 5 yards. A lot of traffic, but Zach picks his way through.
He just keeps his feet moving, keeps his eyes looking side to side, and he knows where to pick the holes.
Remember, the 2000-2001 boys high school basketball season just around the corner. Our first game, depending on what happens with the football playoffs, is scheduled for next Friday, December the 1st, New Bremen at New Knoxville, but football could get in the way. Saturday, December 2nd, Allen East at Pandora Gilboa. Join Ray Etzler and whoever else for those games if we have them on Fox. I'll be busy. There's an option pitch to Weber. Weber on that right side, down the sideline. He just runs over the defender and picks up another 1st down.
Big Zach's trucking people now. He got some momentum going that time. He didn't waste his time putting any moves on. That's a play that's giving Marion Local some problems right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop that because Hershey's not waiting. He's just pitching it right away and getting the ball out to Zach while he has a chance to get going there. So that's something Marion Local's going to have to stop here.
Another 1st down for Weber and the Jays. 1st and 10. Now the ball at the 48-yard line. Getting that high-powered offense in gear now with 9 minutes and 27 seconds remaining here in this first half of play.
Here's a different formation. You got Zach out in the slot, shotgun.
Going out of the gun.
They're going to be looking for him down the middle.
Hershey throws it down the middle. Becker's there, and he's knocked down. Becker saw nothing but green in front of him if he would have been able to catch that, but Kevin Thobe, who's been down there a couple of times now, Mike, stopped him.
Well, they're doing a nice job against Becker. I don't know if you can shut him down the whole ball game, but they sent Zach out. Zach went for the flag, and Becker came backside post, but Thobe was right there.
Sets up a 2nd down 10 situation. Ball at the 48-yard line. High formation again. Hershey. Pitch Weber. Weber takes it right back to the middle. Then he pumps it to the outside. Keeps on trucking and picks up about 7 or 8 yards.
Zach may have 40 carries by the end of tonight. He's the man that's getting the job done for St. John's right now. He's the only one that's been able to pick up some yardage.
Remember, if the Jays win, we will be back with you. Besides tomorrow night's game involving Van Wert and Portsmouth, Mike and I will be back again next Friday morning. 11 o'clock is going to be the actual game time. We'll replay it on Fox that night. And it's going to be for the Division 6 state championship from Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon.
We're not going live on that one.
I don't know yet. We'll find out. Going down is the quarterback, Hershey. He might have fallen over Scott Miller, his right guard.
Well, Brad Kramer shot in there in the gap there for Marion Local. I think he forced his guard back into it, forced him into a punting situation here. Now we'll see if St. John's has a fake punt or not. I don't know if they've had to use a fake punt all year or not, or if they're going to try to pin Marion Local back into their own territory.
Ian Weber is going to punt it away. Second time tonight for Ian. On a 4th down, they need 2. Snaps there. Punt is away. It's a nice punt. Going to be called for the fair catch, and it takes a Blue Jay bounce inside the 5. Nice job by Ian, and Marion Local is going to have to go a long way to score again. Already up 7-6 on the Lone Zone scoreboard.
Well, I love to watch that. I love to watch good football teams that are good in every aspect of the game. St. John's did that the other week against Grove and set up their first touchdown. Their defense set up their first touchdown. Ian pinned him back. That ball hit on the 8-yard line, but stayed right there. It didn't go into the end zone. So I'm sure that's something they had a chance to practice.
1st and 10. They're going to spot it at the 5-yard line. Quarterback is Mitch Knapke. He goes to the tailback. And Schulte is able to pick up about 4 yards on that. Sets up a 2nd and 6. Greg Schulte, 6 foot tall, 170 pounds, and he is just a junior. Rushed for nearly 1,000 yards this season.
Well, he rushed for 1,000 yards, but he was out about 3 or 4 ball games, I know. I think he's only played 7 games up to this point. And he's a good running back. He's got a nice big fullback in Fleck there to lead the way for him. It's interesting they're running to the short side there and running away from their tight end.
2nd and 6, and they'll go to Schulte again. This time he is able to pick up maybe 2 yards. And so now Marion Local faced with a big 3rd down situation, because if the Jays can hold them right here, they're going to have great field position.
We'll see if Marion Local decides to put the ball up in the air back in their own territory this tight. That's how they've kind of got St. John's off guard there, being able to throw the ball on 1st down, but now they're pinned down in their own territory. They need a big play here.
Blue Jay fans on their feet again, trying to get their defense inspired. Mitch Knapke and his fans, they're on their feet. 3rd down. Pass play. Fakes once, goes down deep, and this one's going to be too much.
Well, they were trying to set him up on like a hitch and go, and St. John's wasn't fooled at all.
And that was Craig Wolters, number 20, the intended receiver. And so, as I mentioned before, the Blue Jays should end up some pretty good field position here with Grodhouse and Hain back to get the punt from Scott Schulte.
Schulte had an excellent punt the last time, drove Grodhouse back about 10, 15 yards. We'll see how he does out of his own end zone.
Punt is away. It's going to be a low one this time. That's going to bounce and finally picked up by Hain, and he gets about another yard out of it. But the Marion Local Flyers are there with great punt coverage. Swarm of Flyers.
There's only about 30 to 34-yard punt there, I think, and he did a nice job of picking it up and getting some positive yards, not letting the ball bounce and roll into their own half of the field.
Only 2 teams left. Mogador, they're 13-0, and Newark Catholic, they're 9-4. The Green Wave and head coach Jeff Buchanan against Scott Pollock and the Mogador Wildcats. Game being played tonight. One of these 2 teams out here are going to play one of those 2 teams for the state championship.
Those are a couple perennial powers there in Division 6.
Yeah.
I can remember Newark Catholic beating Bluffton in the state championship in the early 90s there, and then they dominated there when J.D. Graham was the head coach. Then Mogador, I know they beat my brother's team there in Jefferson there in the 80s. And so they've been around for 20 years being in state championships or the state semifinals. Where I know Newark Catholic this year is only 8-4, and they beat Lyman Central Catholic there 28-0 earlier in the year. So I don't know if they're quite as powerful as these two teams are out here tonight.
Second down 4 after the 6-yard pickup by Miller, the fullback, and now option pitch by Hershey at the last second. Weber picks up about 3 of those 4 yards.
Hershey got lit up on that one. That was a big-time hit there.
Kept it to the last possible second and then got rid of the football and paid for it.
He may be pitching a little quicker next time.
You talk about Newark Catholic, and I could sit here forever and tell you about the 23 years they've been in the playoffs. From 1973, almost the entire 70s, 80s, and 90s, they've been in the playoffs. They are 47-15, where Mogador is 25-11. Third down, they need 1 to pick up the first out of that I formation again. Craig Hershey goes to Zach. Zach cuts it up, picks up the first down.
Well, Newark's a fairly good-sized town, and it's the only Catholic high school in the town that way, and so you're going to get a lot of ball players from a good-sized town that way. You're going to be good.
They knocked off Reedsville Eastern, Shadyside, and a very good Toronto squad, one school that we've been hearing a lot about. They shut them out 34-0 last week. Been doing my research.
I tell you what, I'm impressed. Come in with your notebook full of all those interesting tidbits.
Yep.
So what's the nickname of the Toronto's team anyway?
I'll get to that here in a second. First down and 10. Ball resting at the 30-yard line. Back to pass is Hershey looking down in that corner, and it's going to be caught down inside the 5-yard line. I think they're going to place it at about the 1-yard line. The tight end, Brad Utrip, coming up with a big catch down near the end zone.
Well, that was an excellent play by Delphos St. John's. They had Zach out in motion, coming up the sidelines, running a post pattern. The tight end went on like an out and up, and a perfect ball by Hershey down there on the sidelines. I'm surprised he wasn't able to get into the end zone. He made a great catch and then just kind of went down after he caught the ball.
That's his 25th reception of the year. He had 356 yards and a touchdown coming into this ball game. First and goal to go from the 1. Craig Hershey out of the I formation, and they will give it to Zach. Zach back up the middle. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Zach Weber scores from 1 yard out at the 4:06 mark of our second quarter of play. Jays go on top, 12-7 on the Lone Zone scoreboard.
I thought they'd maybe go for 2 at this point, but looks like he sent out the kicking spot.
Michael Bittler going to get another opportunity as he missed his last one. Shanked it a little bit to the left, hit the upright. Holder is going to be Aaron Becker with a snap coming from Big Joe Capcar. Kick is up, and this time he drills it. Jays go on top by 6, 13-7, which means kind of interesting because a touchdown ties this, and all you need is the extra point to take the lead.
Well, that's why I wondered if maybe they would go for the 2-point conversion there, but I'm sure Delphos figures they're going to score again anyway, so they're not as concerned about it as a lot of teams would be.
Yep, team that's averaged over 40 points a game all season long, giving up just over 10. Peanut Recker, the defensive coordinator for Delphos St. John, sees his defense with just 1 give tonight. That's those 7 points on that drive by the Flyers.
Well, that was a great drive by Marion Local. The first drive, they went 80 yards, but St. John's has come back with 2 nice drives of their own. Marion Local needs to get some good field position on this kick return so they can get back to doing what they did very well that first drive, throwing the ball on first down, getting St. John's back on their heels a little bit.
Should mention that Tim Goodwin, the head football coach for the Marion Local Flyers, and our partner up here at Fox, Bill Goodwin, who is the former football coach for the Allen East Mustangs, has been helping out Tim all season long. Bill coaches the linebackers and the quarterbacks. And he's pretty happy right now, retired from his principal job, isn't coaching football anymore except helping his boy out. He's got her made. Sees his son's team in the state semis. Ball taken at the 15-yard line. This is Moeller, returns it over the 30. That is where they will set up their offense again, 1st and 10. Bill Goodwin, Hall of Fame coach, ended his career with 219 wins, 108 losses, and just 3 ties. And see, Mike Fell's just sitting here going, let me tell you about those losses he has, right? When you coached at Columbus Grove?
Well, Bill
did pretty well, didn't you?
Bill has been there for a long time. He was the first coach they ever had there at Allen East. And I know he got the head coaching job right out of college. And he was an institution over there down east, and they've had some excellent football teams. We battled him for a number of years there. I know at one point, the first time we beat him, they had beaten Columbus Grove 25 straight years. So he did a nice job there.
It's not too bad.
But that was only my second year there, so.
3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in this first half. It's been tight throughout. And both teams that have had the football have been eating up some time. And Mike Fell's favorite category in stats, the time of possession.
I'll be interested to check that time of possession there at halftime.
Second down 7 for Knapke and crew out of the I formation. Goes with the fullback this time, and not going to get much out of that. When you try to go up the gut against St. John's, you're going up against 3 guys who are pretty good linebackers.
They have about 600 tackles between them.
Chad Martin, Keith Recker, and Greg McCann. And, you know, the will safety is Chuck Hain. He's got 152 tackles. So if you add all those guys up,
I just can't imagine they've had that many plays against him. But
it's a lot of
that's the first carry of Flex had tonight, and that went nowhere.
It's 3rd down and 7. Single back. He'll block. Slant pattern. It's not there again. They've tried that to Wolters a couple of times and just not able to get to where the ball's being thrown. And so it's a 4th down, and the defense for St. John's holds again.
Well, the momentum's turning here to St. John's side. I think Marion Local needs to do something, or definitely find a way to stop them on their next drive here.
4th down situation, and Schulte going to punt again back deep. We've got Hain and Grotehouse. That's a short one. Going to bounce at the 27-yard line, and it's going to be picked up. This is Hain, and he is hit, and he goes down. And so the Blue Jays bring that offense back out, 1st and 10, but they've got a ways to go. You know, one thing that Tim Goodwin can say, at least through these first 2 quarters, something we usually see from the Jays is the big play. Now, I know the pass to Utrip was a big play to set up the touchdown, but the Jays known for striking many times against their opponents, especially in the first half.
You're saying that because you want to see a 75-yard touchdown here. I wouldn't be surprised. You're kind of leading them into these things tonight.
Well, you know, we haven't seen the big Becker play yet. Aaron usually comes up with one big one at least. And they're doing a nice job on to Becker in the defensive backfield. Handoff, not much there. As Weber gets up, time continues to tick off the clock here in this first half. And as you mentioned before, Mike, these 2 teams out here, and Tim Goodwin saying it, they match up pretty well, at least physically. And I'll bet you down the field, we're seeing a lot of one-on-one battles.
There's a lot more contact, it seems like, this week than I've seen the last 2 weeks out of St. John's.
2nd down, 8. 2 minutes remaining. Pitch back to Zach. Zach tries to get to the outside. The defense there to bring him down.
Well, St. John is running the 2-minute drill with Zach Weber. I'm surprised they didn't put the ball into the air here with only 2 minutes to go. I know they'd like to get another score on the board here. Now Marion Local called timeout.
Tim thinks there's enough time to work with yet to get the football back and try to put some points up on the board.
Well, I like that. Tim was not confident, but I know he felt that his ball team could play with St. John's, and he's playing the ball game. You know, a lot of teams are intimidated when they play against St. John's, and Marion Local doesn't seem intimidated at all, and they're playing the game like it's supposed to be, calling timeout, figuring they're going to stop them here, get the ball back with 1:30 to go, and maybe put some points on the board themselves. We'll see how it goes.
This is the 29th annual Ohio High School Athletic Association football tournaments.
I got to give me one
29 years.
I had to give me one of those notebooks you got.
That was just off the top of my head. I memorized all this stuff during the week. To see that was your chance to say, you have nothing else to do.
You do. You're a principal. You got lots of stuff to do.
Do we want to get into what you do at Salina High School? You want to tell everybody what course you teach at Salina High School?
I'll tell you, next year you can come back and I'll be explaining quite a few things to you.
I bet. 3rd down and 5 with 1:48 remaining. Blue Jay fans, Flyer fans, everybody's on their feet. Option, Hershey, and he cuts it back up and goes nowhere. And another timeout is going to be called by Marion Local with 40 remaining.
Craig kind of overthought that one. I think if he would have pitched it out there to Zach, got the ball to Zach like he's gotten earlier, Zach had some room to go. I think Hurst thought maybe he could cut it up and fool him a little bit. So now they're forced to punt. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Marion Local tries and gets one here.
And back deep and to receive the punt for the Marion Local Flyers is going to be B.J. Wolters and Kevin Thobe. And again, we will see Ian Weber, the brother of Zach Weber, younger brother, to come out and punt for the Jays.
Ian does a nice job of killing the ball down inside the 10 there. Now he's going to have to get off a nice punt, try to set Marion Local back here a little bit. Marion Local's a football team, and in the MAC this year, they only had 2 ball players that were all league players, while Coldwater and Delphos St. John's both had, I think, 17 other spots there between them. So Marion Local's not a team of stars. It's just a good football team. Tim was telling me, you know, he likes coaching these guys because they all are kind of into sports. You know, they know what's going on. They watch pro football, college football, and they're a fun group of kids to coach.
Fair catch called for and taken by Kevin Thobe, and nice punt by Ian Weber, which means that the Flyers are going to have to go about 61 yards to get the touchdown. And they trail on the Lone Zone scoreboard 13-7. We've got a minute 33 remaining in this first half. Remember, tomorrow night we're going to be at Grove City. That's down near Columbus, Mike. And we're going to be watching the Vanward Cougars take on Portsmouth. You can watch all the action 11 o'clock tomorrow night on Fox. Out of the I formation. Again, this is the quarterback, Knapke, with a play action, looking for the pass. Got himself a receiver, this time all the way down to the Blue Jay 39-yard line.
Tight end's been open a couple times. He's a big target out there. Knapke was looking for him the whole way. He had a nice backfield action, nice play faking by Knapke that time. Even though it didn't really fool Delphos, it gave him time to set up, hit his tight end on a crossing route.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Pass play again. This is Knapke looking downfield, has a receiver in the corner, up, and I believe it's going to be caught. It is going to be caught at the 10-yard line. B.J. Wolters, who they tried to use him on a couple slants here tonight. Unsuccessful, but this time Mitch Knapke put it right where he could catch it.
Well, Fleck and Ott were doing an excellent job of blocking out there. Gave Knapke plenty of time, and he laid it up there perfect.
1st down, 10 from the 11-yard line. Out of the I formation, pass play again in the end zone. And this one's going to be too much. Is that Wolters down there again? Coverage by Klaus, I believe. Casey down there. And that was, again, B.J. Wolters. And so that gives the Flyers a chance to breathe a little bit here on a 2nd down with the clock stopped.
I was surprised Marion Local came up right away with that play. They must have had it designed that if they got a big play down there, they were going to try to hit the fade on that first play. So now they got 2nd and 10 from the 11. They'll take 3 shots in the end zone here.
Again, this is Mitch Knapke, senior quarterback, under Jared Hess. Option play.
Boy, that's a nice play
call.
Keeps
it himself. Oh. Goes down. Decided not to pitch that time, and he ends up getting maybe a couple of yards at it, but the clock is going to be stopped with a timeout called by the Flyers, and that will be their final timeout here in the first half.
He should have pitched that ball and got him outside there, because St. John's had the men out there. They were playing deep that time. They were concerned about the deep pass. If he could have got it to his running back there, I think he might have been able to get it into the corner.
I believe of the 24 remaining schools that are left in the tournament, we've got 8 of those who are making at least their 5th appearance in the state semis. Newark Catholic leads the way, 16 appearances. And by the way, I believe that's their first since '93. Mogador is making its 11th. Upper Arlington, Germantown, Valley View, Liberty Center are making their 6th. And Akron Buckle, Pequot, and the Blue Jays are making their 5th. The best records of the remaining schools in the state semis belong to Akron, 4-0, Canton Central Catholic at 1-0, Newark Catholic 12-3, and the Blue Jays at 3-1. 5 schools, Mike, making their first trip to the semis this week. Massillon Perry, Marysville, Olmsted Falls, Copley, and guess who else?
We'll see.
The Vanward Cougars tomorrow night.
We'll see how they do. Well, that's a nice group of schools there. I've got a lot of connections with a lot of those guys from Northwest Ohio, and hope they all do real well here.
Here we go. It's a third down situation. They need 8. Back to pass is Knapke, looking in the end zone, looking, and he is going to continue forward to the 4, and they're going to have to hurry. No timeouts remain. It's a 4th down situation.
They're probably going to kick the field goal. They're sitting right where it'd be an extra point.
40 seconds. Taking their time. Now here comes the field goal unit.
That's the right call.
With 33 seconds. Ball at the 4-yard line, so this will make it a 21-yarder.
They've had a nice drive here. They need to put some points on the board and make it a 3-point ball game.
This is Heckman. Snap is there, the hold, the kick is up, and it is going to sail through the uprights for a 3-point field goal, which brings them closer, Mike, 13-10.
Well, that was an excellent drive by Marion Local. They were smart. They called the timeouts there. They stopped St. John's. They called timeout on 3rd down and 4th down. Were able to hit a nice pass down there and got themselves within 3 points here at half. That should give them some momentum going into halftime.
Check out the halftime score. Mike. Your name's Mike. Mike has been working feverishly on the first half stats. He'll be bringing those to you in just a couple minutes, and we'll also have a look at the keys again from what we started with at the beginning of this football contest. Let you know how those are looking so far here in this after 2 quarters of play.
I'm hoping to hear some scores there from the other ball games going on. I know Piqua, Bill Neese from Lima Central Catholic is the coach there, and they're playing Marysville, who's undefeated tonight. Then another big game there is Coldwater and Germantown Valley View, two football teams that are very similar in what they do, and I think that's going to be a good ball game here tonight.
You been to Grove City before?
You know, you always see that turnoff when you go down to Ohio State. You get on 270 there. Sometimes I've been to Grove City accidentally by taking the wrong turn, and then I have to turn around and come back. But yeah, they have a. I'm not sure, but I do believe they have a racetrack down there.
Is it near Worcester?
I hope not. I hope. Who's driving?
Short kick to Weber. Weber takes to the 15, to the 20, the 23, and we're down to 9 seconds. Make it 8 seconds.
8.3, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, last year we went down to do the state finals at Massillon, right, Scott? Massillon. Stayed in Worcester. Oh, it's in Canton. Stayed in Worcester.
Ah, well, you know that budget you always talk about there. I must.
It's like 2 days away. It's a nice place too.
Well, they always tell you, you know, if you call down there late, they always tell you there's no place to stay.
Oh, we found one.
And then Worcester is up about 25 miles up north.
Yeah.
And they have spots up there. You probably get another nice spot there this year. If you
El Rancho Grande, I think it was called. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. High formation for Hershey. Final play of this first half. Gives it to Weber on the draw. Zach puts a couple of moves on. Tries to cut it back up. He's going to go down. Now he goes down.
Didn't go down real easy.
It wasn't easy. First half is over. St. John's on top of the Marion Local Flyers. Good football game here from Findlay's Donnell Stadium. Score on the Lone Zone scoreboard. Jays 13, Flyers 10. We'll take this time out. We'll have our halftime show after these very important words on.
For years, since you were a very small child, we've been helping your family. Always there, quietly providing support when it was needed. Now it's your turn. A family of your own, with all the joys and responsibilities that families bring. And we're still right here, where we've always been.
Citizens Bank of Delphos, your hometown bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I would say if you're going to buy a car, go there, because they will beat any deal, and they will get you in the car you want to get in.
We had a good salesman. He was attentive, he wasn't pushy, and it was a very pleasant experience.
They were really reasonable.
It seems like they really care about the customer when you go out there, and I think that's the most important thing of buying something anywhere, and therefore I would highly recommend Tomo.
Get into the swing of things at CR Golf in Delphos. Before you hit the course, work on your swing at CR Golf's indoor range. CR Golf, 331 North Main in downtown Delphos.
WOHL-TV, Lima's Fox station, in cooperation with the Ohio High School Athletic Association, is proud to present tonight's playoff game. A fee has been paid to the OHSAA for the broadcast rights to this game. Without the support of the following businesses, this broadcast may not have been possible. I&K of Delphos, distributors of Yoder's mashed potatoes and sour cream, plus Reno's Pizza. Look for these fine products on your grocer's shelves. United Equity Incorporated, located in Delphos, Spencerville, and Kossuth, your locally owned farm cooperative. Call Reliable Plumbing and Heating for all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. Reliable also offers 24-hour emergency service. Call 695-2921. Community First Bank and Trust. If you're looking for a no-penalty certificate of deposit, stop into one of our Community First offices or give us a call at 800-609-2265. Good luck, Jays, from your friends at Community First Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Hessling Electric Company of Delphos. For commercial and industrial electrical, call Hessling Electric at 692-2108. WOHL-TV Lima's Fox station has been proud to bring you our 2000 high school football season. We would like to thank all of our advertisers and underwriters for their continued support. They are the reason WOHL can continue to offer you, our viewers, the best in area high school sports. Please let them know you appreciate them too. Congratulations to all student athletes for an outstanding 2000 football season.
Hello and hi again, everybody. John Zerbe back here in the WHL studios, getting ready for the Fox Sports Lima High School Football Scoreboard, brought to you before the game, halftime, and after the game.
To the scoreboard we go. Only one score to report tonight, and that comes from Division 4, where Coldwater lays the smackdown on Germantown Valley View, 41-15. Now, let's join Carl Metzger and Salina head coach Mike Fell for tonight's game. It's the Marion Local Flyers and the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays right here on WOHL, Lima's Fox station.
Welcome back. Time to check out what's going on here at the half. Besides the Blue Jay Marching Band doing an outstanding job again out on the field here at Donnell Stadium. Halftime show being brought to you by our good friends at Van Dyne Crotty of Delphos. Van Dyne Crotty, uniforms that work. And how are those keys coming, Mike?
Okay, there was only one turnover in the ball game so far, and that was caused by Delphos St. John's knocked the ball loose there and got the recovery, which led to one of their scores. I haven't seen a whole lot of mental errors out of either ball team. I think it's a real nice ball game tonight. Both teams are getting after it. They're getting physical out there, and they're both playing an excellent ball game. So it's only 13-10 right now at halftime, and I think the second half's going to have a lot of the same.
Okay, let's take this 30-second timeout. We'll return with more right after this.
We're proud to be ranked #1 in the uniform industry. But more importantly, we've been voted #1 for 2 years right here in West Central Ohio. Let our dedicated staff make your business look like a winner with our smart and professional uniforms. Your business will look like a winner with professional uniforms delivered right to your door. Our customized entry mats will make a great first impression with all your customers. Keep your employees and your business looking sharp with Van Dyne Crotty.
Welcome back. A couple things to tell you about here at the half. Remember, tomorrow night, got a big game on Fox. The Van Wert Cougars continue to surprise, and they hope to get one more surprise at least to take them to the state championship game. Division 3 tomorrow night. We're going to be down at Grove City and watch the Van Wert Cougars and Jeff Hood's crew take on Portsmouth, the #1 team in the state of Ohio. Should be a great game, Mike. Whether Van Wert wins, loses, whatever, making it as far as they did this year after finishing the regular season at 6-4, they're still dancing in the streets in Van Wert.
Well, it's a lot of fun getting into the state playoffs. You know, every week you get farther into it. Your fans get more excited. You get more people jumping on the old bandwagon. Anytime you're out there practicing, it's you can always go, hey, there's only 8 teams left in the state of Ohio that's still practicing at this time. So your kids, they don't realize this would have been a tough week because it is very cold all week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, it was very cold. Then you get Thanksgiving. But those kids don't care. They're playing for a state semifinal ball game. They get to go to the state championship if they can win this week. So it's a lot of fun for everybody involved when you get this far.
Also want to remind you, besides tomorrow night's game, it's going to be replayed at 11. Sunday, we've got one for you. My New York Jets are going to be at home, and they're going to be taking on the Chicago Bears. And that, again, is a 1 o'clock start. Check out JB and Howie and Terry and Chris Collinsworth on the pregame show. Gets underway at noon, and then hopefully the Jets will pick up another victory on Sunday. It's going to do it for the halftime show. Mike working still on his stats here. Couldn't get some final numbers in. We'll try to bring some of those to you in the third quarter. Halftime show brought to you by our good friends at Van Dyne Crotty of Delphos. Van Dyne Crotty, uniforms that work. We're going to take some more chips and dip into Red Newmeyer's special sauce here at the half, and we'll come back with third quarter action right after these very important words here on Fox.
Everyone appreciates having choices, and at East Ohio Gas, we're happy to announce that soon you'll have your choice of natural gas suppliers. You'll be able to shop, compare, and take advantage of competitive pricing. Rest assured, East Ohio Gas will continue to deliver that gas as reliably as ever. We're proud to take the lead in energy choice, because when you have choices, anything is possible. East Ohio Gas, a Dominion company.
It's time to start checking your Christmas list. Come to Westridge Furniture for items you've missed. You'll get the best price and the best gifts around. Even Santa Claus is Westridge Furniture bound. Find a curio with a big red bow for all her collectibles that she can show. Or how about something that stores all your best? We've got it here in Lane Cedar Chest. From grandfather clocks to swing gliders that rock. Find gifts galore at our Westridge store. We'll have extended holiday hours starting November 24th.
As an entertainer, I'm a perfectionist. That goes double when I entertain for the holidays.
Introducing Arby's Winter Crystal Stemware.
Everything has to be just right, down to the last detail.
With a 22-karat gold rim and a festive winter scene.
For elegance, I spare no expense.
And they're just 99 cents each.
Okay, but that can be our little secret.
Entertain in style with Arby's new Winter Crystal Stemware. Just 99 cents each with each soft drink purchase.
Unverfirth Manufacturing of Kalida and Delphos has been producing quality farm equipment since 1948 and believes in partnering with local schools to provide positive work experiences and career choices. Take Peggy, for instance. She's following in her father's footsteps. John's 25-year career with Unverfirth began with a work-study program. School-to-work programs improve the connection between classrooms and workplaces. Unverfirth Manufacturing, helping to prepare today's students for tomorrow's workforce.
24 minutes away of finding out who's going to be going to the state championship game next Friday morning, 11 o'clock in Massillon, Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. And right now we've got one that is the closest football games of the season for the Delphos St. John Blue Jays. They find themselves up just 3 points, 13-10, after 2 quarters of play. And when play resumes here in the third quarter, it is going to be Bart Heckman ready to kick off to Delphos St. John's back deep. It's going to be Zach Weber, just no Zach Weber, because Weber's back there. He gets most of the kick returns. He's returned 14 coming into the ball game, and Ian Weber with just 3, and Brad Utrip with just 2. So, and also you see Casey Klaus back there as well, but Zach's the guy they want to get the ball to. Well, Marion doesn't, but St. John's does.
I don't really think they have a choice here.
There's the kick, and it's a squibbler all the way down to the 26-yard line, picked up and returned out near the 34, and that is where St. John's will bring their offense back out. 1st and 10. Marion Local finished up that second quarter in the first half of action with a field goal, which brought them closer. And that's where we stand, 13-10.
I think that was a squibbler that was kicked secondarily down the field.
Oh, yeah. I hear you. You'll be making words up before this year's over. 1st and 10 Jays from the 33-yard line, Craig Hershey. Under center Chris Godey, and he goes with the option keeper and picks up a couple more yards.
Craig's doing a good job of following Adam Miller through the line. When he gets out on the corner there, he should be pitching the ball, but when he just follows Adam up inside there, he's picking up some yardage.
Division 6 game last year, state championship went to the Jays 42-10 against Norwalk St. Paul, a team they beat back in '97, 42-28. And of course, you squeeze Lancaster Fisher Catholic in between, 26-16. They are your 3-time champs. 2nd down 5 for the Jays out of the I formation. Hershey wants to pitch. He does. Weber takes it up the gut and picks up about 2 to 3 yards, and looks like he's going to be about a yard or so short of the first.
Well, last year at that state championship ball game, I was sitting out there in shirt sleeves because it was about 60 degrees.
Was it?
Oh, it was a great ball.
I was up in the press box. I was in a shirt sleeves. Just a T-shirt on last year. Had a fan running on me. Who did the game with me last year, Scott? Championship game. Remember?
Probably one of those Hall of Fame coaches.
Remember? Third down. I think it was a good one. 3rd down and 2 for the Jays. Fans want to see him keep this drive alive. And they will go with the pitch. This is Zach. Zach is going to pick up the first down, get a little bit more, cut it to the outside. He's got one man to beat, and he is going to be brought down inside the 25-yard line. Again, a touchdown-saving tackle by Kevin Thobe.
Zach got through the hole that time, and he turned on the jets. He was flying when he went through there, made a nice cut to the outside. Wasn't able to beat the man to the end zone, but he got him down to the 21-yard line.
Well, that's what, if you remember, last game they played, in which St. John's won 42-21. They were actually up, Flyers 21-14 until, that was in the 3rd quarter, until Zach came alive. That's what he just did, at least a flash of it right there. 1st and 10 for the 21-yard line. Hand off to Zach, straight up the gut this time, and he picks up a couple of yards. How about this stadium here, Mike? Donnell Stadium. Tell me about the history.
Donnell Stadium's been around a long time. I do know that it was a donated stadium, and they donated the stadium and then the park around it and everything. It was only supposed to be used for athletics, for Findlay Athletics, and all the money, there's other money in like a trust fund, and it's all there to keep it up all the time. So this is a great facility. Built in 1928.
I think you're right. 2nd down 7 from the 18. This is the option pitch to Weber. Weber, Heckman, and he brings him down. A little bit of help. Bart Heckman with some great pursuit on Zach Weber.
Craig waited just a little bit too long. He's done a good job when he's pitched the ball out there quick and got the ball out to Weber before the rest of the defense can get out there on him. But he's waiting just a little bit too long. If he's going to wait that long, he might as well cut it up.
St. John's last year became the first school to win 3 straight Division VI championships. And now they are looking to add to their collection, but before they can do that, they got to get by a very good Marion local squad. This might be your state championship game right here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think this is 4-down territory here, so they got 2 downs to get this.
3rd down and 8. Pass play all alone, end zone, touchdown, Jays. Brad Utrip didn't have anyone near him, and the tight end has made 2 great catches tonight. Big plays for the Jays, and they go on top 19-10 on the lone zone scoreboard. Mike, what happened?
Well, we were talking earlier how they let Zach go out there uncovered, and so they made that adjustment at halftime to cover him out there, and 2 guys went out there on him and left the tight end wide open down the middle. That's just a nice call on St. John's part there. Marion Local that time had it better covered with Zach, which I'm sure they thought was going to get the ball.
Another extra point attempt by Bittler, and this time he will knock it through, and the Jays put up a couple of scores now. Going to need a couple of scores to tie at least. 20-10 on the lone zone scoreboard. St. John's with a very nice drive.
Well, let me see that right there. It says right here on this football field that the grass has been planted on the turf, and then they will replant the whole field after this ball game. So they do up the field every year, I'm sure, and then they make it look so nice. As I say, it's a nice looking field, a nice stadium, but they have the money and the funds to support that, so they can take care of this field.
How about this site, Mike? Because a lot of people were confused why they picked Findlay for a Marion St. John's game when, and I don't know what was going on at some of the other places they could have had them, but Lima Stadium, and I understood that maybe Lima Stadium, they were going to redo the field after last week's game, but you would think that if there's a possibility of playing another game, they could have done that.
I think maybe they picked it just because they do a great job. This press box is as nice as any press box you're going to find. It's got 2 levels up there, and on the 2nd level, they have something that you don't see. They have restrooms, they have a TV, they have microwave.
Do you think anybody cares about that besides us, though?
I don't know. I think we may hang out here later. I want to lay this on to all the people that are like me that usually sit out in the stands.
Out to the 30-yard line, the 35, the 40, and going down at the, I'm sorry, that's the 30-yard line, 32-yard line, and that's where Marion Local is going to have to set up 1st and 10. Craig Wolters that time with the return, for the Flyers, and now it's time to see if this is where the Jays defense usually kicks in too, because once they have a nice drive to start the third quarter, and Bill Goodwin, the Hall of Fame coach, Bill Goodwin, that usually does games with me, who is out helping coach the Flyers right now, says that he thinks the two most important times in a ball game, the beginning of the game and the beginning of the third quarter. Does that make sense, Mike? Huh?
Well, we'll see how Bill does on this part right here.
It's the option. Keeper by Knapke, and there's the Jays defense. Brought down by number 66. That's one of your linebackers. This time the axe linebacker, Chad Martin. Now, if you get into this stuff, different coaches have different names for their linebackers and their defensive front guys and all kinds of things. How about St. John's picking axe, middle, and Sam, Mike?
Well, we're whip, Mike, and stud at our school, so you pick as tough and mean names as you can, basically. Hopefully that'll rub off on the players you got.
Slant, and this time there's going to be some
interference
right there.
Yeah, Randy got there a little quick. I don't know what they're arguing about. He hit him before the ball was even close to him.
But they mean nothing special, though, except for that, correct? Like an axe or a Sam.
Just means how cool a name can your coach come up with, basically. Now, the middle usually has an M, you know, so then the two outside, weak side or strong side. So that's how we pick ours.
Okay, just trying to clarify. Second down situation was a second down situation from the 34. Now with this interference call, it's going to be a first down for the Flyers, and they're going to mark it at the 49-yard line of Marion Local.
Well, Marion Local needed that right there. They kept their drive alive. Now they got 1st and 10 at midfield. And they need to go down and get a score here.
And they'll run out of the pro I. This is going to be Mitch Knapke under center Jared Hess. Schulte is the tailback, but they give it to the fullback this time, Ryan Fleck, who doesn't get a chance to carry the football a lot, but when you got a fullback in this formation, that's not usually why you use him. Although St. John's has used Miller a lot this year, even with a guy like Zach Weber in the tailback position.
Well, when you get everybody keying on your tailback that way, you can sneak your fullback up inside there. That time they were able to get 5 yards out of Fleck on the option that way. They gave the ball to the dive back. So if they can get 5 yards out of your fullback, that's great.
Second down situation, they need 4. And they will bring B.J. Wolters on this side of the field. Back to pass. Thobe's on that side. He catches the football, picks up the first down. Kevin Thobe. Another big play for the Flyers. They move the sticks one more time.
He almost got the corner turned on that one. He cut to the outside. I don't know if that's who that was out there that made the tackle on that, Hain or Klaus out there. I think it was Klaus made the tackle. He almost got the corner turned. If he would have got up the sideline there, he would have been gone.
First down and 10 from the 36-yard line. This is going to be the handoff again. First back through, and he picks up, as we said before, nice 5 yards.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of getting the ball to the fullback on a little quick dive there. So when you sit 2nd and 5, you get a big option of plays to pick.
I believe tomorrow night's game is a number 8 seed. Van Wert was in the middle of the pack, weren't they? On the seed, they number 8 seed?
Yeah, Van Wert was
going to be one
8.
of those 1 versus 8 combinations, and so far this year, 4 and 20 for number 8s against number 1. So you can see, though, some 8s have won. Back to pass, Knapke looking down the field, has to take it himself. Picks up some nice yards, jumps up, gets down to about the 25-yard line.
That was a nice choice by Mitch there to just hold on to the ball. You don't need to force anything. You've got a nice drive going. He was able to cut up and get the first down that way. That's a senior quarterback there making a good choice.
And so it's going to set up a second down. Should say first down situation from the 25-yard line. Third quarter, we've got 6:27 remaining. Jays on top, 20-10, but Marion Local looking to score. Option, keeper by the quarterback, Knapke, and he picks up a couple.
Well, right there, they could fool Delphos a little bit. They've been giving the ball to the fullback on first down. Kept it that time. I don't know if he might not have been able to pitch the ball out there and picked up a little more yards, but they got 3 yards on that, so now they're sitting at 2nd and 7.
Full house over here at Findlay's Donnell Stadium. People lined up along the fences and whatever else they're using to keep the fans off the field. Second down, 8 after the 2-yard pickup by Knapke. He wants to throw this time, looking down the middle of the field, has a receiver, and it's knocked down. Grotehouse was back there to get a hand on it. Nice play by the defensive player, Randy Grotehouse.
I don't know about that one there. I'm sure Marion Local felt like they got interfered with because Randy tripped Marion Local's receiver there, and no call was made. So it was an inadvertent trip, but it still was a trip all the same.
I think there are some boos out there. That's what I was hearing. Maybe you're right, Mike. Blue Jay fans are trying to drown it out, though, with their cheers.
They weren't cheering for Luke Wilder.
That's tomorrow night. Can't wait to see him again. Third down and 8. Hand off to Schulte. Puts the move on, and he's going to pick up the first down. Nice run by Greg Schulte, the tailback. Is that right side, Mike? As we've seen some pretty nice holes over there tonight.
Well, they lead the fullback the other way, and they come back to the right side with the slot back leading up through there, and Schulte's running that real well. They like that play.
And so it's going to be a first down and 10, and they spot it at the 13. Carl Metzger, Salina head football coach Mike Fell, bringing it all to you from the third quarter. Flyers and Jays, handoff. And again, they start that first down playoff with their fullback, Ryan Fleck, and it's been successful all 3 times they've run it now. Not as successful that time, but still picked up some yardage.
Yeah, Ryan got held up there right at the line of scrimmage that time, was only able to get a yard. So now they're sitting at 2nd and 10. We'll see what they come back with. They've been effective throwing the ball in this situation. We'll see if Mitch drops back and then maybe decides to cut it up again.
St. John's and Marion Local, 4 teams left. The other 2 teams total, we've got 3 number 1 seeds and a number 6 seed still left in this tournament in Division 6. Second down 9. 3 receivers for the Flyers. Knapke wants to throw, has a receiver. It's going to be caught inside the 5.
Oh.
And they spot it at the 2. Nice catch by Craig Wolters. Craig's going to get it around the 2-yard line, and the officials running over to see where it's at in regards to the stick over there. And they may have to measure. Nope, they're going to say first down.
I thought he got in for a touchdown. I couldn't tell if maybe he slid out of bounds there. I thought the ball was over the goal line.
Well, it's going to be first down and goal to go from the 2 with 4 minutes and 34 seconds remaining here in this third quarter of play.
Well, Marion Local's got to pound it in here. They definitely need a touchdown out of this when you're down on the 2-yard line with first and goal.
20-10 is our score on the Lone Zone scoreboard. They line up in the I formation. Knapke goes to the tailback, Schulte. Schulte cuts it up and gets to the 1.
Well, they're attacking that short side again with a quick toss out there. That's how they scored the first touchdown. And going away from where their wingback was. He didn't pick up anything on that one.
I'd like to thank Jerry Snodgrass, the tournament manager over here at Findlay, doing a nice job in terms of all the accommodations we have up here in the press box. Jerry does a great job at Findlay High School. Right now, the Marion Local Flyers faced with a second down, goal to go from the, well, they spotted at the 2, so no pickup on that last carry. Fullback through, and he will get
Marion's got their arms raised.
Well, everybody except the officials. Doesn't matter what Marion thinks, it's what these officials think right now. They're not putting the hands up or the arms. So it's going to be spotted right almost at the goal line.
That was a wing T formation, almost a heavy wing T formation. Then they ran a little different play there. Came back with a fullback coming back almost in a trap situation.
You'd think Knapke at 6'3" could almost lean into this one with his center, Jared Hess, although Jared doesn't have a lot of meat on him. He's 180. Let's see if they go with. Knapke tries it, and I'm wrong. Knapke is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he didn't go anywhere.
Well, he didn't do a very good job there. You've got to bend down and burrow your way in there a little bit. You can't stand up straight like that. I mean, he's 6'3", and they're going to get a big push there. Well, here's the ball game here. Not the ball game, but here's a big play. It's
Jason Bakke and Jason Tiemann in that middle, those 2 defensive tackles, and then you got the linebackers shooting right at you, and he went nowhere. So let's see what they try on 4th.
They got to run a dive here with their Schulte, their best back, give him a chance to just get over there.
They split him in the backfield. They give it to the fullback. Touchdown Flyers. Ryan Fleck, I believe, got the football as he took it in from a yard out, and the Marion Local Flyers now find themselves down 20-16 on the Lone Zone scoreboard.
That's just like a belly play out of the wing tee there with the halfback leading up in there, the fullback following right behind him, got the touchdown. That's a nice play for Marion Local.
So now it's going to be Bart Heckman who's going to try to bring the Flyers to within a field goal. Snaps there, holds there, kick is up, and he splits them. And so, after the Jays strike in the third quarter with their touchdown, back come the Flyers, and we got ourselves a ball game.
Hey, that was a great effort by Marion Local. That was a nice drive they put together there. Come back right in the face of St. John's, who started out the second half looking like they were ready to make this game a rout. And Marion Local's right back in it now, 20-17. We'll see how their defense does if they're able to control Zach Weber. He was the key the last time.
Told you last week that Van Wert knocked off Columbus Bishop Watterson on Fox. The other teams remaining, Copley beat Hubbard 17-8. Canton Central Catholic beat Millersburg West Holmes 41-34. And Portsmouth knocked off, in a very close game, Dayton Chaminade Julienne 31-24. So you have left Copley, Van Wert, Canton Central Catholic, and Portsmouth. We're doing the Van Wert and Portsmouth game tomorrow night. All those teams are number 1 seeds, except, I should say 2 of those teams are number 1 seeds. Copley's a number 2 seed, and Van Wert a number 8. And wouldn't it be great to see Jeff Hood and his team win it all?
Yeah, that's one of those situations where I think Van Wert's got that kind of an uphill struggle, but they're used to that. We got the halftime scores of a couple ball games. Piqua was leading Marysville 12-7. And Coldwater was leaving Germantown Valley View 12-6 there at halftime. We saw Piqua against Lima Senior in the final game of the season. That one is going to be picked up by the big guy as he dances around all the way to the 37-yard line. And returning at that time for Delphos St. John's was Chad Martin, the linebacker. Yeah, number 66 was putting on a couple moves there. He had his chance. I'm sure he's run a couple back probably this year being in that spot. And he put some nice moves on and got the ball up to about the 37-yard line.
He was up off the ground. That vertical leap there had to be at least, what, 60, 65 inches?
You know, it looked about like yours. I think it was about a 1 or a 2.
First and 10 from the 37-yard line. Let's see if they can keep them going on the offense. Last time they had it, looked good. This is Zach Weber. And Weber picks up a few out to the 42-yard line. Give him 5.
Well, it's funny on that. Defensive end there, Bolenbacher is doing it right. He's standing right there at the line of scrimmage. He's not getting too deep, and Zach's cutting up inside of him every time. He's just not quick enough. He's playing the play right, and Zach's still cutting up inside.
Give him 4, second down and 6 out of the I formation. Fake the pitch. They go with the handoff to the fullback. Miller picks up a couple more yards, and they're still going to need about 2, maybe 3 to pick up the first. How about calling offense and defense, Mike? Because you look at St. John's, they've got their head coach, Todd Schulte, but they use an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. What do they mostly do in the Western Buckeye League?
Well, you have the same thing. You have an offensive and a defensive coordinator. I don't think there's anybody in the Western Buckeye League that calls both of them. I know when I was at Columbus Grove, I called both. You got to have somebody you feel confident with that can do the job for you.
Big play, 3rd down and 3 for the Jays. Out of the eye, pitch back Weber. Can he get it cut back up? He does. Picks up the first, and barely. But he had just enough to get the 3 yards he needed. So Jays will keep their drive alive with 1:20 remaining here in our third quarter of play, and they find themselves up by 3. And this is the first game this year in which St. John's has found themselves this close with this amount of time remaining in the game.
Well, they got to they're welcome to the real world of football. Very, very few times do you dominate like the way St. John's has done the past 4 years. So this is a good ball game for them.
1st and 10, pitch to Weber. Just watch him run. Gets to the outside, and finally he is going to be brought down with maybe a yard, if that. But a good pursuit again by those Marion Local defensive players. They got some good ones back there.
Well, Marion Local has definitely got in their game plan that they were not going to let Zach get outside. That's the first time he's really attempted to even take it outside, because they have their ends forcing him upfield. Their corners are playing a hard corner on him there. If he's going to get anything, he's going to have to cut it up inside, which is what he's been doing real effectively. But Marion Local does not want him to get outside to the corner where he can take it down the sidelines for 6.
Give him 1. Zach goes in motion. Let's see if they go his way with the pass. They will. Zach's got it. It's all his now, but he goes down at the 50. That time they were able to do the job, and the quarterback, Mitch Knapke, from his safety position, is the guy that brought him down.
Well, that's what you got to do with Zach. You got to attack him right now before he gets a chance to get his motor running and put the moves on you. And Mitch that time just came up as soon as Zach got the ball. He flew at him and just kind of stuck his arms out there. It wasn't a great tackle, but he got him down.
Big play again, 3rd down and 8. All the fans up on the Marion local side. All the Blue Jay fans are up. They know how important this play is with 20 seconds remaining. Zach goes in motion again. Now we've got a flag and probably a procedure call. It's got to be procedure or offsides, one or the other.
That's interesting what Marion local did that time. Their cornerback stayed to guard the tight end, and they sent free safety out to take Zach
It
on
looked
that
like
play.
there was a little confusion among that, too, because they had to yell back at the safety to make sure that he picked him up.
Well, they probably changed the coverage up after getting burnt on the touchdown to the tight end there before. I think they probably had the free on the tight end before, and the corner went out with Zach. So they've switched things up. At least they're communicating back here. That's the key. Your defensive backs have got to communicate to each other. They've got to know who they got, because you do not want to give up a cheap touchdown, especially at this point in the ball game.
Well, with that penalty, Jays go back 5, and our 3rd quarter has come to an end. After 3 quarters of play, both teams score in the 3rd quarter, and we now have a ball game of 20-17. Jays on top of the Flyers. We'll take this time out. We've got 12 minutes remaining. We'll bring it all to you in just a couple minutes on Fox.
WOHL-TV, Lima's Fox station, in cooperation with the Ohio High School Athletic Association, is proud to present tonight's playoff game. A fee has been paid to the OHSAA for the broadcast rights to this game. Without the support of the following businesses, this broadcast may not have been possible. I&K of Delphos, distributors of Yoder's mashed potatoes and sour cream, plus Reno's Pizza. Look for these fine products on your grocer's shelves. United Equity Incorporated, located in Delphos, Spencerville, and Kasu, your locally owned farm cooperative. Call Reliable Plumbing and Heating for all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. Reliable also offers 24-hour emergency service. Call 695-2921. Community First Bank and Trust. If you're looking for a no-penalty certificate of deposit, stop in to one of our Community First offices or give us a call at 800-609-2265. Good luck, Jays, from your friends at Community First Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Hessling Electric Company of Delphos. For commercial and industrial electrical, call Hessling Electric at 692-2108. WOHL-TV Lima's Fox station has been proud to bring you our 2000 high school football season. We would like to thank all of our advertisers and underwriters for their continued support. They are the reason WOHL can continue to offer you, our viewers, the best in area high school sports. Please let them know you appreciate them too. Congratulations to all student athletes for an outstanding 2000 football season.
For years, since you were a very small child, we've been helping your family. Always there, quietly providing support when it was needed. Now it's your turn. A family of your own, with all the joys and responsibilities that families bring. And we're still right here, where we've always been.
Citizens Bank of Delphos, your hometown bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The whole front end is smashed in.
Were you hurt?
No, but my car...
Okay, take a deep breath. Sometimes you need more from your insurance agent than an estimate.
But I just got it 2 weeks ago.
I'll handle everything.
But my car...
That's why at Grange, our agents aren't just in the insurance business.
I can't believe this.
It's gonna be all right, Jackie. They're in the business of being human.
For all your insurance needs, call Hickey Morris Insurance.
There's always something cooking at the Carriage Inn in Delphos. Whether it's soups, salads, sandwiches, lunch, or dinner, the Carriage Inn in Delphos has home-cooked recipes for all ages. Lots to choose from on the sandwich board. There's a different kind of soup in the kettle every day, and the dinner entrees are magnifique. A Friday night tradition in Delphos is Carriage Inn fish, all you care to eat, and plenty of sides to go with it. If you can find room, sample a piece of homemade pie, baked daily, at the Carriage Inn, 1201 East 5th Street in Delphos.
The soybean is considered one of the world's most efficient and affordable sources of food and food protein. Central Soya Company in Delphos is one of our nation's leading manufacturers of oilseed products. A vast array of products are derived from this oil seed, such as baby food, cookies, non-stick cooking spray, soup, breakfast mix, and more. We take pride in our role as a corporate citizen and look forward to future community service. Central Soya Company, serving our customers, our community, and our employees.
Welcome back. We've got 12 minutes remaining in this high school football game. The state semifinals. Delphos St. John's 20, Marion Local 17. It's a 3rd down and 13 with Zach Weber in motion. Out of the shotgun. This is Hershey looking deep down the middle, and this one's picked off. Intercepted by Knapke at the 50. He's at the 45 and the 43-yard line. The big turnover against St. John's, and the Flyers will have great field position down by 3.
Well, Hershey zeroed in on Zach the whole way there. He was looking at him, and he was hoping for Zach to make the big play that time, and he was well covered. He overthrew the ball, and Knapke was sitting right back there. Big turnover there for Marion Local. That's what Delphos didn't want to do, one of the keys to the ball game. Well, we'll see if they try to go up top here real quick.
Yep, with Knapke making the interception, he's pumped up right now out of the I formation. Back to his tailback, Schulte. Schulte cuts it upfield, picks up about 3, and that's going to be it. And about every first down play, they've been doing a nice job of knocking off a couple of yards and put themselves in good position when they move up for 2nd down. Mitch Knapke has been one of our keys tonight, which we'd like to remind you. After this game is over, Mike Fell will choose our player of the game. We'll go out in the field and talk to whoever that is, sponsored by the Commercial Bank. With 1 football game remaining for both these squads after this one. 2nd down 7, they go with the tailback on a little draw play, and he picks up about another 4 yards.
That's the same play they've been running all night, and that time he decided to bounce it outside. Picked up about 5 yards. Now they're sitting at about 3rd down and 3 yards to go. So Marion Local needs this.
This is probably 4-down territory, isn't it, Mike? Or would you want to pin them if you're this deep?
I think you go for it because I think you've got to get the score. You don't want to let them drive the ball and finish the ball game without you getting a shot at it.
3rd and 3 out of the I formation again. Showing blitz, they go to the fullback, and he picks up about 1, maybe 2. Depending on the spot. They're going to be short, so it will set up a 4th down.
That was kind of a surprising call there. I don't think that's their best play. They thought maybe they could bust Ryan up inside there. Now they're sitting at 4th and 2. Big ball.
They've been most successful, Mike, off that right side, at least from what we've seen so far. And then when they do try to run it up the gut, Jays usually shut it down pretty well.
You got to wonder if on the Tim's playbook, he's got a big red star beside a 4th and 2 play here.
We'll see. I formation. Pass play. Short one, and it's going to be knocked down, and the Jays are going to get it back. Great defensive play. What was it, Kapkar?
We'll see who they decide to lift up.
Well,
85, I think.
Well, Kapkar's knocking about 7 guys around himself. It was Kapkar who got the paw on it. Joe Kapkar from his left defensive end spot, 6'7", 230 pounds. Didn't need the weight that time, but it helped being 6'7".
Well, we'll see how Marion Local responds to this. They need to stop St. John's here. That was just it's still 10 minutes to go. They're playing a good ball game. They don't want to give up one here.
1st and 10 for the Jays now from the 34, and we've got flags flying.
I think St. John's is moving there a little bit excited.
And it is going to be procedure against the Jays. Make it a 1st and 15.
Good break for Marion Local, getting St. John to start out at 1st and 15.
First and 15 for the 29-yard line. We're down to 9:56 remaining. MAC teams going at it in a rematch. Pitch back to Weber, picking his way through, and he picks up about 5 yards or so. These two teams went at it earlier this season, in which the St. John Blue Jays defeated Marion Local on October the 13th. Final score was 42-21. That was week 8 of the high school football season, and they met a time before that, back last year at this time, in which St. John's won 38-8. In this game, a lot closer than that one. 2nd down 10 after the 5-yard pickup by Zach. Handoff? No, it's a keeper by the quarterback, and he's not going to go anywhere. He might have picked up a yard, but that's about it. So it sets up another third down. Last time they had a third down, quarterback Craig Hershey threw his 10th interception of the season into the hands of the safety, Knapke, Mitch Knapke. And let's see what they do this time on third down.
They haven't really been able to pressure Hershey with a sack or anything right now. And they haven't been bringing a lot of people. They've been sitting back into coverage and doing a nice job of covering the receivers out there.
Right, Aaron Becker has been quiet tonight.
This
Great
might
defense.
be a nice time to bring somebody, maybe put some pressure on the quarterback.
3rd and 7, see if he looks Becker's way. He looks that way, has him on the right side, and Aaron can't hold on to it. Aaron Becker has been their money man all season long. 36 catches for 882 yards coming into the ball game and 23 touchdowns. And of the 29 touchdowns this season for Craig, 23 of them have been to Aaron Becker.
Well, that's the same play that they've hit all the time. I think that was Thobe again back there with nice coverage. Knapke's back there. They're making sure Aaron Becker doesn't beat him tonight.
Thobe, Moeller, and Wolters. Well, I should say Wolters and Thobe, just those two standing back there, with Ian Weber punting from his 25. High kick, it's a short kick, fair catch called for and caught at the 37-yard line by Thobe, and another opportunity now for the Marion Local Flyers.
Well, they've got decent field position. They're out past the 35-yard line. They've got 8.5 minutes to go on the clock. They're playing against the 3-time defending state champs. It's definitely gut check time for Marion Local. But these boys don't look intimidated at all. They look like they have a lot of confidence. I think they feel like they can do it. So we'll see what happens here.
We're only down by 3 points. They know they can play with the Jays. 20-17 is our score with 8:33 remaining. Option for the quarterback. Knapke picks up 4, 5, and possibly 6 yards as they will spot it at around the 43. So let's give him 6.
Well, when you follow your lead back into the hole that way, the middle linebacker, whoever's coming up to tackle, your dive back has to make that tackle. So that leaves a guy open if you can scoot past him. So that's a nice play.
2nd down 4. Knapke under Jared Hess out of the I formation. And they'll go with the pitch and then the reverse.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he gets it there.
Wide open, and he catches it at the 30-yard line. He puts the move on down to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Oh, I think they give him the touchdown.
What a great play call. That was just a beautiful play.
Kevin Thobe gets the touchdown from 57 yards out. Who threw the football?
I think it was a split end. Split end from the other side because they pitched it back to Schulte, who handed off, and then I thought he had lots of room to run, and I looked out there, and there was a guy wide open.
Wow.
Thobe was wide open, made a nice run after he caught the ball.
Yeah. That was not only a great, well, the ball was right to him, a little bit underthrown.
That was a duck. That was a quacker. I tell you what, if he hadn't been that wide open, that never would have got there, but it went 20, 30 times over, but I tell you what, that young man will be talking about that for a long time. What a beautiful ball he threw for the touchdown.
Talked about the red mark beside one of the players in the playbook. There it was. Extra point is up, and it is good. What a play called by Tim Goodwin and the Marion Local Flyers. And look at the score, folks. This is the first time all season long in which the Jays find themselves down in the 4th quarter of any of their ball games. 24-20, Marion Local looking to go to the state championship. But unfortunately for the Flyers, there's still 7:47 remaining. I've seen the Jays score 4 or 5 touchdowns in that time before, but of course not playing the Marion Local Flyers.
Well, I imagine what you're going to see out of Delphos St. John's at this point is Zach Weber getting the ball. I wouldn't be surprised to see him carry it maybe 3, 4, 5 straight times just to give him the shot at doing something, because he's their money man. He's brought him here the last 3 years, and he's the guy you want to have the ball in this situation.
Cold outside, but all the fans on the Marion Local side, at least, just got some extra warmth.
Did we ever figure out who threw that pass?
We'll find out. I was too busy looking to see if he was going to start running. I thought it was just going to be
he was wide open to run the ball. I thought it was a great call just for the reverse, and then defensive back fell down, and Thobe was out. That was Wolters that threw it?
Yeah, it was Wolters. Kickoff is a squibbler again. It's going to be covered by Recker. Yeah, B.J. Wolters, the flanker, is the one who they gave the football to on the, what looked like to start out as an end around, and then he just tossed it downfield. And a great catch and a great run.
St. John's would probably like to take about a 7-minute and 40-second drive and have Zach dive it into the corner here. We'll see if he gets the ball.
Well, the defense for the Flyers has been outstanding in the last couple series for St. John's. First down and 10. Ball resting at the 32-yard lines. The Jays need to go 68 yards, and there's a guy who can do it. Zach Weber getting to the outside, and good pursuit over on the other side. Nice tackle by Chad Ott, the 5'11", 155-pound sophomore.
I'm not Zach's doing a nice job, but I'm not really the way he's snatching at the football out there on those pitches. In a cold night like this, I hope he holds on to it, because he's not really looking the ball in. He's kind of snatching it and then taking off upfield. So, but I'm sure he's been doing that for a long time.
Second down 5. He still picked up 5. Hershey goes with the pitch. This is Zach. Picks up about 3, 4. The pile takes him past the stick, and that gives St. John's a first down.
Well, he'll be a tired young man after this drive. I can guarantee you that, because he's probably going to see the ball about every play.
I'd like to thank all the sponsors making it possible that Coach Fell and I are here at Finley's Donnell Stadium to bring you all the action between these two football powerhouses, the St. John Blue Jays and the Marion Local Flyers. First down 10. They mark it at the 44 as we approach the 6-minute mark. Out of the I formation, fake pitch, draw to the fullback, and he picks up about 1, and that's it. Adam Miller at 6'1", 215 pounds, and Adam is just a junior. If you look at the St. John's offense, they got a lot of guys who are going to be graduating. Utrip is a junior, Chris Godey, the center, is a junior, and Adam Miller, a junior. Those are the only guys from the starting lineup on the offensive side who will be back. Of course, Ian Weber, back up to Zach, will be back next year. Second down 9 after the pickup by Miller. This time they go to Zach on the pitch. Trying again to get to the outside, and he does this time. 2 guys miss him, and finally he's brought down. He only picks up a couple, but he made him work for it.
He picked up a couple on what should have been about a 3-yard loss. That's the first time I've seen Zach try to bounce it outside instead of just cutting it up in there. And Ryan Fleck was out there playing linebacker, made a nice play to hold him to only a 3-yard gain. So you're sitting at 3rd and 5. Whether they put it up or I don't know, I just pitch it to him again.
The linebackers have been doing a nice job. Art Heckman, Mike Clooney, Ryan Fleck, and B.J. Walters.
Pitch it to him again and see if he can get the 5 yards.
Third down 5 from the 50. Big play for the St. John Blue Jays. As we approach the 5-minute mark, they find themselves down by 4. They fake it, play action. Here comes Hershey. He's in trouble, has no one to throw to, and he's going to go down at around midfield. That's going to be short, about 5 yards of the first down, and Todd Schulte is going to bring the punt crew out and hope that his defense can hold him one final time. Well, at least the punt crew is coming out.
That'd be a gutsy call to go for the fake right here.
5 minutes remaining.
I feel they've got to feel like they can stop Marion Local.
We've talked before about how long those first downs take, huh? Huh?
You know, it's 3 minutes automatically as soon as they get the ball.
Look at the punt by Ian. Takes it down and to Toby. Toby takes it across the 20. Looks like we got a clip or a blocking below the waist, one of those two.
Well, Marion Local's going to start probably on about their 10, 12-yard line here, and it's going to maybe even farther back than that. So they've got to get at least 1 first down, hopefully a couple first downs for them, and keep the ball from getting back into St. John's hands. St. John's, on the other hand, they need to make the stop right here so they can get the ball back with plenty of time.
Well, the key, too, is the defense. There's that clip we told you about. The defense is going to, if they can keep them down here deep, it's going to give them some great field position on their what could be their final series of the season. Down 4 points. This is amazing. This would be considered by many to be an upset, but if you know these two teams, it's not really an upset. But when you knock off 3-time state champions, it's an upset, no matter how you look at it. But Marion Local, a very good football team. They go to Schulte. Schulte back up the gut. And I'll tell you one thing, they knock off St. John's. You talk about celebration in Mercer County.
Well, they got to celebrate, but they would also have to realize that this isn't the state championship game. And I think that happens sometimes. You beat the top-ranked team, whether it's football or basketball, and then you think you've just got it. Marion Local doesn't want to beat St. John's and then come in runner-up in the state championship.
Yep.
So they've got to stay focused here. This is what it's all about right here, coming down to it. We'll see what St. John's is made of. They got to stop them.
St. John's has won 57 consecutive games. They go to the option, keeper by Knapke. Knapke bouncing to the outside, picks up about another yard or two, and they're going to be faced with a big third down now. Going to need about 5 or a long 4 to pick up the first. And we're down to 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Last time I saw a game like this in which St. John's was so close, a couple years ago over at New Bremen. New Bremen had them down in the 4th quarter, and they went with a slant pattern at the end of the football game. Jace Metzner caught the pass. St. John's ended up winning by just a few points. Last close game that the Blue Jays have played. Back to pass is Knapke, looking for a receiver. Goes deep, and it is
Oh, that was the catch of the year right there.
It's caught.
That was the catch of the year for that guy.
B.J. Wolters, who already has a touchdown pass,
It looked
now
like there was
has a great catch.
There's some pushing out there, and BJ just went up. Well, you know, he's got a decided height advantage on those guys out there. Those corners are not real tall. They're great corners, but they don't have a whole lot of size. They're about 5'8", 5'9". They just lobbed the ball up there, and BJ went up and got it.
Wow. 1st and 10 with 3:05 remaining. Knapke, the quarterback, goes to Schulte, the tailback.
No, he kept it.
No, he kept the football and goes down that right side. What a fake by the quarterback, Knapke. He gets to the outside and steps out of bounds. Wow, what a fake by Knapke. He had everybody biting on that one, the fake to the tailback.
You get the feeling Marion Local's kind of feeling it over there. They making some big-time plays at this point. Knapke, excellent fake. He does an excellent job of faking play action, whether he's throwing the ball. That time it was just a naked bootleg. St. John's, I think Marion Local knew that St. John's is trying so hard to stop the running back.
1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Mitch Knapke out of the I formation. Again, it's the option keeper by the quarterback, and he will pick up a couple of yards. Should remind you that St. John's has all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
They're going to have to start burning them here.
We're down to 2:35 right now.
They're going to have 80-some yards to go if they get the ball back. If they stop them here on this play, they'd have to probably use the timeout.
Tim Goodwin looking to upset the Delphos St. John Blue Jays and bring to an end their 57-game winning streak.
They're taking plenty of time in the huddle there.
2nd down and 6 for Knapke. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Hand off to the tailback, Schulte. Nice burst all the way inside the 10, close to another 1st down. They started this drive with just over 3 minutes remaining, and they're down to 1:54. And timeout is going to be called by Delphos St. John's. And the fans on the Blue Jays side starting to bite the old nails right now because, again, this situation has not been seen for 4 years.
Just a moment of silence for that one right there. We'll see what happens here. Marion Local, it's 3rd and 1, and the way they're moving the ball, they're going to get a 1st down here. And when you get a 1st down, and as you go, they've got only 2 timeouts left. Delphos St. John's, I don't know. It's looking real good for the Marion Local side right now.
St. John's, their games 62-7, 49-7, 45-14, 42-7, 49-8, 42-20, 41-14, 42-21, 42-8, 42-14. Starting to get the pattern, Mike. 49-10, 41-13, and last week 44-3. They haven't had a close game in a long time, and now the Marion Local Flyers have a lead of 24-20 with just 1:54 remaining. A 3rd down and 1. 2 downs to work with right here. Hand off to the big guy. He fumbles the football. Who's got it? Oh, my. St. John's going to get the football. Oh, my.
Unreal.
Oh, my. They hand the football off to the fullback, Ryan Fleck. Fleck had a chance to put this one away with a first down. He fumbles the ball, and St. John's will have their final attempt of the 2000 football season. Let's see if
Fleck was diving for the first down and got upended, and the ball came out when he hit the ground. St. John's climbed on top of it. Well,
wow,
this will be kind of unbelievable here.
If they just hold on to the ball, they can kick a field goal. I mean, it's over if they don't even get the first down. Now let's see what the Jays can do. Jays fans on their feet. 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line. Any magic left? Zach Weber out of the pack. Down the middle, pops it out, gets to the 18-yard line.
They got to get to the line. They got to go here. They can't be standing around.
Flag. Uh-oh, it's in the backfield, too. That's not good for the Jays, at least. Yep, goes against St. John's. They had the ball at the 8-yard line, so that's going to move them back.
Going to be about the 4-yard line now.
Down to 1:39 seconds.
Well, all they got to do is go 97 yards or 96 yards in 1:39 against defense that's only given up 20 points to them. Should be no problem.
Zach standing in the end zone. He's about 4 yards deep. Craig Hershey goes with the handoff to Zach. Zach trying to cut it back up, but this Marion local defense is pumped, folks. They are pumped. Got to call timeout here probably. 1:27 as clock continues to tick.
They've still got 2. They've got to get out of here. They got to get upfield, give them a chance. They're going to have to get the ball to Becker. Becker's going to have to make a play for them. They got to throw it up just like Marion local did to Wolters.
Wait a minute here now.
I think Marion must have called a time.
Somebody called it because is that Tim out on the field? I think Tim Goodwin came out and he wants to talk to the official because the clock stops with 1:21. Gives the Blue Jays a chance to continue on without ever having to call timeout themselves, and this clock still stops. Now the official comes over and talks to Todd Schulte to explain things to him. Our cameraman, Ronnie Coons, right down there on the spot. He'll radio up to us here in a second and let us know what's going on.
What about a hook and ladder to Zach Weber? Pitch the ball out there to Becker, and then...
Okay, they want to put more time up. That'll work. Official getting a little bit hot here. Okay, 1:14. They tacked on a few more seconds. The winner of this one going to play Mogador or Newark Catholic next Friday morning at 11 o'clock. 24-20, Marion local on top. St. John's on a 2nd down and 13. Ball at the 5, pass play. Hershey to Becker, and it's an out pattern that comes up a little bit short. So it sets up a 3rd down. The Blue Jays down to their final 2 plays possibly of the season. Unbelievable.
Got to get the ball in Zach Weber's hands. Got to get the ball in that guy's hands. Let him have a chance to do something. He's your money man.
When this game is over, Mike Fell will be picking our player of the game, sponsored by the Commercial Bank. If we can get through the mayhem down here, we'll talk to our player of the game when this one is over. St. John's looking for the big play, though, right here on a 3rd and 13 from the 5. Back to pass. Hershey got to hurry. Throws up the short pass to Weber, and he will take it to the 5, the 10. Keeps on going, but finally is flattened inside the 15-yard line, and now they're going to have to call a timeout as they did not. Let's see where they spot the football.
It's going to be about 4th and 6.
And so the timeout is called, and St. John's is going to be possibly faced with their final play of the season. Well, a lot of folks, if you talk to the Marion local side tonight, Mike and I usually walk down, you know, kind of go up into the crowd and talk to the fans before the game. And
yeah, we're people type guys.
And just say, hey, what's the chances here? And I don't think I've ever heard a confident answer out of anybody except, you know, we think we can play with them this time. It's not we're going to beat them because, you know, when you're playing a team like St. John's, you want to think that way, but
I do know that Tim Goodwin felt that way.
Well, I think Tim's always that way. And his dad, Bill, we talked to several times, and he's pretty honest about the whole situation. No, we can play with them. We can beat them. But trying to put that into the minds of all your players who have to come out on the field and play a 3-time defending champ that's won 57 games in a row isn't always easy.
Well, they played right with them that first ball game. They know they were ahead. in the third quarter going into it, and you know, they played with him for 4 quarters right now.
Yep.
This is the play here,
it
4th
is.
and 7.
4th and 7. Craig Hershey with Zach in motion. 54 seconds remain. Hershey out of the pocket, looking to throw. Goes downfield, has Becker wide open, catches the football inside the 40, the 45, the 50, and he's going to be in Marion local territory. Now they're going to spot it right at midfield.
They're still alive. 42.6 seconds here.
Craig Hershey pulls one out of the hat way deep in his own territory, and Aaron Becker was wide open.
Well, they're looking for Becker on the backside post, and that time he crossed him up. He faked the post and then took off to the flag out there and was wide open.
Wow, what a finish. Timeout called again with 42 seconds. Well, they did it one time on 4th down. They've got 4 more downs to work with. And this game is not over yet. There has not been one. I've been watching, Mike.
The game isn't over yet?
Not one person is left. Not
Really?
one person has left this place.
Someone's got to get out there, start their car, feel confident. Well, this is a play where you may see Zach on a draw again. They don't have a whole lot of time left. I think they've got 1 timeout left, and you know, Becker and Weber are our 2 big play guys. Of course, they threw the tight end for the touchdown too. So St. John's has the guys to do it. That was probably a pretty big letdown there for Marion Local. They thought the ball game was over, I'm sure, on 4th and 7, flushing him out of the pocket.
St. John's 13-0 on the season. Marion Local 12-1. Their only blemish against the Jays earlier this season. Trying for a little revenge here in a game that is bigger than a conference game to some, although, you know, a lot of players and coaches want to win that league first. And that league game was very important at that time. Right now, though, it's state semis. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Zach in motion. Hershey wants to throw again. Down the middle to Weber. Catches the football inside the 40 for another 1st down.
They got to get up there. Get up there and get lined up.
They'll stop the clock until the
1st down
sticks are put where they're supposed to be, and then they roll.
What are they waiting on?
Well, they got him. Well, no, they haven't. They got him. They got a little.
Marion Local ain't going to like this. St. John's going to be able to get in the huddle and run a play here.
Technical problems with the chain. Now they've got it figured out. See why that job's so important? 1st and 10 from the 39. The Jays trying to pull one out. Craig Hershey, short pass pattern, caught by the fullback Miller.
Out of bounds. 2nd and 5 from the 35-yard line.
They started this drive inside their, well, they started actually the 8-yard line.
They got to get a touchdown. 27 seconds to go. Zach's calling for the fans to get excited. I don't think he needs to call for them. I think they'll be pumped.
Down to 27. Look at the attendance. 4,948. This place holds 10,000. 2nd down 6 from the 36. Out of the I formation. Pass play screen to Zach, and there's the defense, and there's a flag, and we may have a hold. See that flag out in that area? A lot of times you will see a hold by the offense, but we'll double check it and see what the officials are going to say, and that's what it is.
Boy, Marion Local had that very well defended. I'm sure they were keying on Zach, knowing he's probably going to get the ball, and plus the hold there doesn't really matter.
They're going to take the down instead of the penalty.
I don't know if I'd have done that. I'd have probably taken the penalty and move them back farther, because it isn't going to matter. They're not going to get more than 3 plays off here anyway.
2nd and 6 from the 40. Make that add the penalty. 2nd and 12 from the 42. Pass play Hershey looking down for the long ball, and a lot of contact down there, and no flag. No flag. They're going to say the defensive player was going for the football with the offensive player, and so it sets up a 3rd down with 10 seconds remaining. The Jays, I should say 4th down, the Jays are going to be faced again with their final play.
Here we go.
Possibly of the season. Let's see if Craig Hershey can pull another one out. 4th down and 12 with 10 seconds.
Well, they sprinted him out last time. Sprinted him out, and I wouldn't be surprised. They got double coverage down here on Becker.
This is the ball game right here. 4th down, 12. Hershey looking to throw. Throws it downfield. Becker, and it's
caught it.
Caught! Oh, my! 3 seconds.
Timeout.
And they got to get it They got to bring it down. I thought he was going to get that one intercepted.
It was. It got slid right through his hand.
Hey, here it is. Final play.
I don't know if they can get it off. They got no timeout.
They got to hurry. 2 seconds. Hershey, got to roll it. 1 second. Oh, wait a minute. Time has run out.
No.
Oh, boy, this game is over. Time has run out. They did not have time to run the play. The Marion local Flyers have upset the Delphos St. John Blue Jays. Our final score on the Lone Zone scoreboard, Marion local defeats Delphos St. John's 24-20. Celebration here at Findlay's Donnell Stadium. Mike, they tried. They had 2 seconds to go. They came to the line of scrimmage. As soon as they reset the sticks, they had to then get the play off. Didn't have time to do it.
I think the only thing they could have done is just run the play instead of trying to spike it down there. It seemed like a quick 2 seconds. I know it seemed real quick for Delphos St. John's that time. Take nothing away from anybody in this ball game. This was just a tremendous ball game. Both teams played well. St. John's gets the fumble, drives down, had 3 impossible plays to stay alive. You can see why they were the state champs for 3 straight years. But as Marion local would say, that's all over now. Bring on the state championship.
Hey, we're going to take time out. We're going to go back and talk to a very happy Tim Goodwin, head football coach for the Marion local Flyers, and our player of the game. We'll do all that after these very important words on Fox. Stay with us.
When Christmas shopping for your man, Westridge Furniture in Delphos has a supply of gift items on hand. If he has a favorite team, we've got sports chairs, you know, in all different colors with your team's logo. Or choose a sports picture of our teams that are great, like the Browns, the Indians, and yes, Ohio State. If he needs a new recliner, Westridge Furniture has it all. Even heat and massage. Just give us a call. No need to shop around. You don't need to wait. Westridge Furniture in Delphos for gifts that are great.
Hi, I'm Coach Bob Arnson, and I'd like to invite you to call in the Loan Zone for all your mortgage, equity, bill consolidation, and auto loan needs. Whether you're shopping for a mortgage, a home equity loan, a bill consolidation loan, or an auto loan, my friends Amanda DeVelvis, Chuck Bowen, and Joe Recker are here to serve you. The Loan Zone is a member of National City Corporation and is conveniently located across from the Lima Mall.
Stop by or give us a call. We're here to serve you.
When you get a few tickets or accidents, some insurance companies don't want you anymore. With an Allstate agent, you can still get a second chance.
Your local Allstate insurance agents are Jim and Karen Dickman, located on Elida Road in Delphos. Call Jim and Karen at 692-2236.
I was interested in comic strips as a kid, so I got started at the Wright State Lake campus. That gave me some of the beginning foundation that I needed in business and in business skills and accounting and art. And now I work with people all over the world. I've worked on Superman and Superboy. Recently I got started in the comic strips. One of the strips that was a favorite of mine as a kid was Alley-Oop. I truly feel that Wright State University has put success within my reach.
WOHL-TV, Lima's Fox station, in cooperation with the Ohio High School Athletic Association, is proud to present tonight's playoff game. A fee has been paid to the OHSAA for the broadcast rights to this game. Without the support of the following businesses, this broadcast may not have been possible. I&K of Delphos, distributors of Yoder's mashed potatoes and sour cream, plus Reno's Pizza. Look for these fine products on your grocer's shelves. United Equity Incorporated, located in Delphos, Spencerville, and Kasu, your locally owned farm cooperative. Call Reliable Plumbing and Heating for all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. Reliable also offers 24-hour emergency service. Call 695-2921. Community First Bank and Trust. If you're looking for a no-penalty certificate of deposit, stop in to one of our Community First offices or give us a call at 800-609-2265. Good luck, Jays, from your friends at Community First Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Hessling Electric Company of Delphos. For commercial and industrial electrical, call Hessling Electric at 692-2108. WOHL-TV Lima's Fox station has been proud to bring you our 2000 high school football season. We would like to thank all of our advertisers and underwriters for their continued support. They are the reason WOHL can continue to offer you, our viewers, the best in area high school sports. Please let them know you appreciate them too. Congratulations to all student athletes for an outstanding 2000 football season.
Hey, welcome back to Finley's Donnell Stadium. Our football game is over. The Marion local Flyers have knocked off the #1 team in the state of Ohio, the Delphos St. John Blue Jays, 24-20. Time now to check out our players. This is the first time in 20 years we've had co-players of the game, and a big game like this. Mike Fell suggested we go with it. We only got one shirt, so these guys will have to fight over it. But first of all, the quarterback for the Marion local Flyers, Mitch Knapke, with a great night tonight, 10 of 19, over 150 yards passing. And the one guy standing beside him over here, B.J. Wolters, only had to throw one pass tonight, but that one pass was a pretty big pass because it was to Kevin Thobe, went into finally the end zone, and that is the touchdown pass that ends up putting the Marion local Flyers into the state championship game, we believe, against the Green Wave of Newark Catholic, who just scored with a couple of minutes to go. So it's probably going to be Newark Catholic. Let's talk to the quarterback first, Mitch. A lot of folks coming into this game. You got to play a team, #1 team in the state of Ohio. 57 games in a row that they've won. You played them once this year. You knew you could play with them because you're ahead of them at 1 point. What were you guys thinking coming into this one?
Well, we knew Delphos was a good game. We just came out. We had a little bit more experience with the game. Just wanted to come out and play our best game.
Now, what was going through your minds, though? Because you know that you got to stop Zach Weber. That was one thing. So the defense was going to be very important. But how about offensively for you guys? What were you thinking?
Well, offensively, we came out strong, scored on the first possession. That's what we always stress, coming out strong and getting in the end zone. And then we just kind of things fell into place from there.
Didn't have a touchdown pass tonight, but you look at this guy beside you. Let me sneak in here for a second now. You do all that work all night long, throwing the ball, running the ball, and you come in, you throw one. Now, where did this play come from, BJ?
We've been working on it all week in practice. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, and it worked tonight.
Coach Fell described that pass somehow. What kind of pass was that, Coach?
We call that a duck. But
now, wait a minute. Now, what were you telling us, though? Why did it kind of take a little time to get there?
Well, I mean, it's been cold weather and everything, and it's just, it doesn't work so well sometimes.
You didn't want to throw it over his head, did you?
No, heck no. I mean, I just wanted to get the ball to him, so I guess I did, so I did my job.
This is always the dumb question they always ask. How's it feel, buddy, going to the state championship for the first time in school history?
I can't even describe it. It's great.
Doesn't matter who you play, does it?
No.
How about for you, Mitch? Let me hear your feelings now, going into a state championship game for the first time.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's what you've always worked for since you've been playing football on Sundays. It's great.
You ready to go? We got one shirt. Where's the shirt at, Coach? Mike Fell, head football coach for Salina. Hold that baby up for the cameras. Sponsored by the Commercial Bank. Let's hear it for Mitch and BJ, our players of the game. Congratulations, buddy. We'll let you go. Take it easy. Good luck next week, okay?
I threw a great block on that pass, by the way.
He threw a great block on the pass that BJ threw tonight. We just want to make sure you know that. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll let you guys go, and we're going to try to get Coach Goodwin in here in a second. Coach, can we get you in real quick? BJ with a great pass. Mitch with a great night. We bring in the second-year head coach for the Marion local Flyers with a great call. You know, Coach, they're going to be talking about that play for a long time, but, you know, that's just one of the many plays in this whole football game because everything else that led up to that is what got you guys to the point where you could do that play. Let's talk, first of all, on the defensive side. Holding the #1 team in the state, a team that scored over 40 points every game this season, to only 20. You got to be proud of your defense.
Oh, absolutely. They played their hearts out. You know, it was a struggle out there with all the people they got that knows what to do with the ball, but we just kept fighting.
Offensively, same story. You're scoring 24 points against a team like St. John's.
We knew we could move the ball on them, you know, and we just had to cut down on the mental mistakes, and, you know, we had a couple of big plays out there that made a big difference.
Let's talk about the big play. First of all, you know, I think the bigger plays are the ones you guys made on defense. We'll talk about that one play, the one that BJ got to throw the touchdown on. How'd you call it?
How did I call it?
What was going? How'd you come up with this one?
Well, you know, I don't know. It just popped in my mind. Coach Elking had been wanting us to run that play. It was a favorite play of his, and he finally talked me into putting it in. We ran it in practice, and it looked very, very ugly in practice. You know, we were trying to throw the ball in 50-mile-an-hour winds and, you know, 10-degree wind chills or whatever, but that seemed like the time to call it.
Had that play been used at all this year?
No. No.
How's it feel then, Tim? 2 years in it now, going to the state championship game, and besides the community is going to be overwhelmed and happy when you get back, but how's it feel for you?
Oh, it's great. You know, it's something that a coach always wants to do. You know, every coach's goal is to take a team to Massillon, and I'm so lucky I'm doing it in my second year.
Congratulations, buddy. Good luck next week. Probably Newark Catholic from what we heard. You know anything about them?
Absolutely not.
You don't need to know anything. Go celebrate, buddy. Congratulations to you. Tim Goodwin, head football coach for the Marion Local Flyers. And as I said, Coach, going to have some happy fans back. Well, they're here. They're all here. So when they go back home.
Hey, you know, Tim's pretty calm and controlled there.
Like his old man.
Winning that ball game that way, he must be getting happy on the inside that way. But that's just a great win for Marion Local. They did a fantastic job all night. You know, they controlled the ball. They were able to move it, go down and score. When St. John's came back and went up 20-10 there right at the beginning of the second half, you got the feeling that maybe St. John's had all the momentum. That was a big drive by Marion Local to come back there and score that way. And then the trick play there to get the touchdown. And then towards the end when Knapke faked the ball in, kept the ball on the bootleg around the end there. I mean, those are all just big plays that big-time teams make, and Marion Local can now say that they're one of the big-time teams.
Did you mention that Mitch threw the block that got B.J. that pass?
You know, I don't think I had to. I think Mitch mentioned it there. B.J., he was just kind of astounded with the whole thing. Like you said, that's one of those plays you do in practice, and the ball hits the ground about half the time, or the guy drops it, or you don't get it off. But it's still back there, and, you know, I think the coaches made a great choice at calling it at that time. That was a perfect choice. And then Thobe made an excellent job of running it in on the touchdown. He cut back across the field, dove into the end zone. I know the official was kind of debating where to raise his arms, but he must have thought that was a great play, so he gave him a touchdown on that, and that ended up being the deciding point.
And we got to mention, where do you start? I mean, the Delphos St. John Blue Jays have been a powerhouse for the last 4 years, 3 straight state championships. They roll over everybody this year. They won 57, had won 57 games in a row up to this point, and they had some opportunities at the end of the ball game here, but you got to go back and credit this Marion Local defense for the job they did here tonight.
Well, Todd Schulte and Delphos St. John's, what I love about St. John's is even when it looked like the ball game was over, they came back, they get the fumble down there, they don't quit. They got 4th and 13, there's no way they're going to get it. They complete the pass, come down the very last, second to last play of the ball game. They throw the ball, it looked like it was picked off, it slides through their hands. They still have a shot. They came up with 2 seconds to go, still with a chance to win the ball game. And St. John's is just a classy team. They've had a tremendous run. But, you know, everything has to end sometimes that way. They got nothing to be ashamed of. I think they got beat by an excellent football team that, you know, is going to be a power in the next few years. I think, you know, Marion Local's sitting in a situation right now where they have some excellent classes that way. And, you know, it's a great win for them and everything, but they've got to understand, and I'm sure Coach Goodwin will get on to them right now, they're not there yet. They have not won the state championship. They got to regroup and get out here next week because they deserve a state championship after beating these guys. They don't want to fall 1 game short.
Okay, the Blue Jays will bow out of the playoffs now, the record of 13-1. Marion Local will advance with a record of 13-1. And again, last we had heard it was the Newark Catholic Green Wave who is up with just 2 minutes, I believe, remaining. They just scored a touchdown, so it should be Marion Local and, again, Newark Catholic in the state championship game. That is next Friday morning, gets underway at 11 o'clock, and that will be at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon. We'll still be there, hopefully, here on Fox. Now, tomorrow night, we've got more action for you. We're hoping for another local team to head all the way to, that would be Canton, right? Or is it Massillon for Division?